What's up, everybody? How you doing? How's that new transition effect? Is it too loud? I was a little bit afraid it might be too loud, but if it is, I need to know, because then I'll quickly switch back to the other one, and then we'll get that sorted so we don't do too much destroying of ear holes today. Anyway, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to the ITaX channel. I'm Kozan, the host today. Right here we have ourselves a pretty darn sweet-looking couple of players that seems fine. Okay, nice. Good to hear. We got ourselves some pretty darn impressive players. I mean, Rogue and Cure going to be taken up first and foremost in the best of 5. Then afterwards, of course, we got nobody else but Stats and Innovation ready to duke it out afterwards, and also a best of 5. 2 winners afterwards. Going to do a little bit of a best of 7, and we're going to be doing a little bit of more gaming then, of course, I suppose, with a best of 7. I guess that is considered more gaming. All right. Anyway. Great job. They're doing the Fidos right now. It looks like to be well and proper on the way. Just gonna have to wait and that one out a little bit. I think we can kind of talk about you know what, Cure versus Rogue here. I think that overall it should be a pretty darn good one. I believe the previous time we saw Cure versus Rogue wasn't that long ago, and that actually did go into Rogue's favor. It was also a best of 5. Wasn't it Pro Circuit semi-finals for well, ITaX anyway. Pretty sure it was, and we had, of course, Cure taking game number 1, Rogue afterwards just straight up sweeping the floor with him, which was, I believe, the opposite of what we saw before then, right? These two guys pretty well matched against one another. Rogue, though, seems to be the player that has kind of really taken control overall of his StarCraft 2 game again, and really stepping it up a couple of notches once more, and showcasing plays that are comparable to when he was pretty much on his highest level of play, taking top tier championship titles. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if that is going to be rearing its head in here again, or if Cure is going to be a little bit more on top of things and separate him from Rogue this time around. We'll have to wait and see. Honestly, it's a very difficult one to predict, of course. I would assume Rogue's gonna win this one, just thinking back on the previous one, but it can always go both ways with these two. It's never a foregone conclusion. Anyway, I believe we have ourselves the match map pool available right now. It's still all in Korean, but I do put little numbers in front of the Korean names, so I can kind of see, like, alright, map 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. I'm not sure what they say though, of course, since I don't read that much Korean. Actually, no Korean at all. But there we are. Inu always giving me the details. First map, Eternal Empire. Second one, Pillars of Gold. Third one, Death Aura. Fourth one, Everdream. And the fifth, Ice and Chrome. So, pretty large maps overall. Both these players looking like they want to do the macro game here. Right, Eternal Empire, big map. Pillars of Gold, also a relatively big map, I would say. Does have a very easy ramp for the second base, of course, so maybe a little bit of a nice thing there for Cure. Death Aura, also a relatively big map. I would say that's more so a Zerg map. Let me see if actually Cure was the person who picked Death Aura, so that's going to be interesting. Everdream, fourth map, that one is Rogue's pick, and Ice and Chrome, again, Cure's pick. So Cure not shying away here from the bigger maps either. And yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see what these two guys have in store for us here in this beautiful day, or on this beautiful day, in my little room somewhere in the Netherlands, where I'm gonna be bringing you showcasing these lovely Korean players, trying to grab a little bit more of the prize pool here by just beating each other at a video game, as life is supposed to be, you know, as life is supposed to be. Alright. Looks nice. Alright. Loading screen activated. Quickly gonna pour some caster juice down my throat again. this feeling a little bit dry. There we go. Right. What is the caster juice? It's just milk. It's just some milk. Alright. Let me put it back in the fridge, otherwise that's going to taste absolutely horrible in a little bit. In the bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Zerg fighting for the Jin Green Wings, of course. Everybody knows him. He is one of the best. He is Rogue. In the top right side, we have a red Terran player. Somebody who's been on the rise more and more so continuously for quite a while now. He's been able to take maps of pretty much anybody on the scene. He's been able to take series of anyone on the scene. What am I talking about even? Yeah, well, he is none other than the Dragon Phoenix Gamer Man himself. He is Cure. I have to always see him very, very straight up play. Very strong, just overall. Killing decisive blow pushes against a lot of his opponents. We'll have to wait and see if that is going to be the case here again for Cure. Or if Rogue is going to you know, just mix it up a little bit as well. Of course, one of the players here, Rogue, that can always just turn it up to 11 on the aggression side of things. Has a lot of cool, interesting strategies. Won't shy away from doing some weird stuff now and again. So curious to see if that's going to be the case here. Cure, very much standard play as well so far. Actually, both these players really not going from the standard play so far, right? The playbook. Following the handbook, pretty much. Look at that, Cure. Doesn't want to waste a single milliseconds scouting something that he already knows about. Seeing that creep and then just dashing off again. What's up, Sun Lily? How you doing? Having a good day, I hope. Neo here as well. What's up, my man? Lizard Teats. Mr. Weezard as well. How are you guys doing? Pew 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 pew. Queen needs to come to the rescue here. There we go. The leader of the Zerg, of course, the queen. And then there's another queen over here. It's like the parliament of royal blood. It's a weird one. It's a weird one how that goes. Thank you, Dr. Actor, for that follow. Scooting around with that Reaper boy right now. Yeah, wants to get his third base up relatively quickly here, I would say, right? Don't want to wait too long already. 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Actually, Rogue going for the this probably the Spire play, I want to say. Lay attack quite early on, so of course a very solid way to play nowadays. See him, Rogue in particular, do this quite often. I'm trying to remember last time we saw Rogue play. I believe he did this a lot as well. I don't believe it was against Cure though. I could be mistaken. No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, it was against Cure where he did a lot of the Spire opening play, and it worked out absolutely marvelously. Then we saw Rogue going up against Innovation, and I think am I going crazy here? Anyway, I remember it not working out that much in the other one, mostly because he didn't really go for the quick Spire in that series. I'm pretty sure it was Innovation. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just gonna roll with that ball here until somebody tells me I am wrong. So yeah, Innovation, I don't know what the difference maker was there in the decision making of Rogue, but he seems to be still going on that same path here, decision making wise, right? Going for the Spire here against Cure. It might be something to do with the playstyle of Cure. Might be something to do more so with the playstyle of Innovation, of course, as well. We'll just have to wait and see. Alright. Just closing some stuff here, guys. That is unnecessary. There we go. Okay. Alright. Hellions already. You know what? Trying to deny some creep here, but Don't think they've gotten a single one just yet. Yeah, just an Overlord. How do you move in replace instead of moving the mouse around? Yeah, there's a couple of ways. You can. I like to use the middle mouse button, and for moving the mouse around, you can also indeed like grab a unit and then Control F, and that will just follow those units. It's very nice, looks sleek overall, right? Such like this Overlord. Another way to do it, of course, is you can use camera location hotkeys, so you can set stuff like this up, so we can go into this place and back to this one, like this, without doing anything. Camera locations, important thing as well. Anyway, hope you learned something. Alright. Zerglings here, getting themselves a little bit of SCV blood on their hands. None of them really go down though, luckily for Cure, but still something he needs to be aware of right now. Probably wants to try and set up that supply depot wall to really get himself a little bit more secure against stuff like this. I always compare the Zerg army of this a little bit like the Mongolian horde. And you have to build walls to try and hold back the horse archers, and well, I guess the horse, not really archers, are they? The horse biters, I don't know. The nibblers. Alright. Rogue building more Mutalisk here. Cure seems to be on the ball though so far with his defense, right? This is one of the reasons also why this attack, or well, this kind of tactic is so good for Rogue. He's keeping Cure busy on his side of the map. It's going to be incredibly difficult for him to send any Medivacs out, of course. The Medivacs gonna have a lot of trouble just scooting around across the field here with those Mutalisk. Also, it definitely makes it feel like he just needs everything at home, right? Because those Mutalisk there, moving back and forth between multiple bases very quickly. And Cure just needs to have armies on both sides of the fields right now to deal with this clump of Mutalisk. I wouldn't even be surprised if the Mutalisk tried to make a attempt into the main base here. But, you know, maybe with the sensor tower now that did just go up, might not be the wisest choice. Coming in, he does have to watch that, he sees this attack coming. So we'll start up a ton of Banelings right now. Rogue. I mean, Rogue's army supply is not that fantastic at the moment, right? In comparison to that of Cure. There's a couple of things he can do. He can just try to squeeze out more Zerglings right now before that attack actually arrives. Or we can try to go for a massive counterattack. And the potential of that counterattack, just posing it right now, would already be fantastic, as we can see. I mean, yes, he has a larger army, but if he has to keep this much of his army back at home, the punching power of that force that he can run across with, oh my dear lord, that's a nice little bit of a surround here. Fortunately that the Marines on the bottom side didn't quite keep chasing those Mutalisks, but there might be still another chance here. Mutalisk coming in and, ooh, Cure, I'm not quite sure. Okay, there we go, does set up the flank right now. The Mutalisk still pull away in time. I think he just committed a little bit too many of his Marines onto the flank. Would have loved to see a couple more Marines here on the top side. He is not quite sure where to go right now. Cure losing quite a couple of the SCVs and delaying this push overall by such an enormous amount of time is Rogue doing right now. Alright. Mutalisk here. Again. Looking for some action. The Banelings. This is a nice little engagement right here. It looks like there are enough Marines. Great splitting from Cure there overall. Great engagement from him off of creep as well. It's kind of wondering why Rogue tried to make that happen. I guess it might be because he doesn't have that much creep spread in his vicinity right now, but it does seem to be enough for Kjør to reconsider his option of pushing in there, and moves backwards across the map right now, giving Rogue another moment in time to tack up here, getting himself the infestation pit, gonna get ready for grabbing himself the hive tech. We'll have to wait and see what else he will be bringing into play right here. Alright, well, this is a very crucial base now for Kjør. He needs this base to stand tall and proud. He needs it to stay alive here. How many Widow Mines does he have? He has 4 of them. I feel like that is one of the crucial units right now in this matchup. The Widow Mines, they're a little bit of a... crucial unit here because... Well, if you do manage to catch those Mutalisks, it's absolutely massive. If you have like 4 Widow Mines on top of a place which they don't get quite well spotted, maybe you have like a couple of Marines standing on top of the grey spots, right? Mutalisks try to snipe them and blammo, you suddenly kill all those Mutalisks. It's a much cheaper way of securing an area, at least for a little bit, right? To give you time to run over there with Marines before you actually lose the economy that you're gaining from that location. And we're waiting for Kjør to again make a move here. Moving once more into position is Rogue as well. A lot of Banelings here actually right on that flank. Gotta wonder if he will commit that onto the planetary, or if he's just gonna go for a full surround here. No, we'll decide to go for the planetary. Alright. Doesn't get a lot of the SCVs with this, but maybe the Mutalisk will still be able to get those units killed off as well. Main base right now, the production facility's under attack. I think Rogue, he is definitely trying to just buy himself more time, making a lot more Zerglings, a lot more Banelings, and you know what, it feels like he should have enough to hold on here as well. Keeping this amount of stuff of Kjør on this side of the map. Gonna have to wonder if he's gonna send that across pretty soon as well. A straight up fight, honestly, as long as Kjør is well positioned, should always go into his favor. But just the overall control of Rogue and his movements is making this very difficult to do. Ends up another missile turret here. Yeah, Kjør really losing a lot of workers right now. 8 so far. How many orbitals do we have? Let me see. We have only 3 of them, so it's not like he can afford to really go down to 60 workers just yet, right? We need a couple more orbitals for the mules to really make that happen. Alright, 2 pushes happening at the same time here. Kjør, 21 workers gone down, 51 in total only remaining now. As Rogue also absolutely demolishes the attack here on the bottom side towards his, what is this, the 4th base, the 5th base, something like that, in between that ballpark, the 4.5 base. 4th base A and 4th base B, right here above one another. Oh dear. Ooh, wow, massive splits right there of Rogue. It's always surprising to me when I see only that small amount of Zerglings dying off to a Widow Mine. Never really turns out in my favor that way, but... nice control there by Rogue. Comes in again and... Yeah, Kjør just more so and more so in dire straits right now. Only 130 supply remains as... It's one ticket into a victory here, I would say, so maybe just try not to take bad fights right now. That might seem like an oversimplification, but it very well might be as well, but that's the one way he can make this work, right? Don't take bad fights, don't lose units unnecessarily, so get himself up to the highest supply that he can muster right now, because he still has 80 army supply here. He's making more Marauders, he's making more Marines as well. As long as he gets to the 200 mark, or at least close again, he may be able to just start really snowballing with an army that, as long as he gets one good fight, might be able to get another good fight and another good fight. As Rogue is just trying to scramble up some sort of a defensive force, but here right now we see a lot of the army units of Kjør not ready quite yet in position here to defend against the Zerglings and the Mutalisk. And well, I mentioned he shouldn't take bad fights. That was definitely a bad fight. He's behind on bases, he's behind on economy, and he's behind on army lost count right now as well. Widowmine here is looking to take a couple of drones with him, but I mean, 4 drones, that's laughable damage right now for Rogue. He really doesn't care. Look at his mineral bank. He can spam out quite a ton of the drones if he does so. 1, 2. I mean, that's like what is that? 40 drones he can make right now with this, something like that. Maybe that's a bit too many. Maths is difficult. No ways. 20? 20-ish? I don't know. Alright. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this on stream. Panic ensues immediately as soon as you start it. Anyway. Yeah. This is a last ensemble of forces right now for Rogue. I mean, for Kjør coming across the fields here as Rogue. He has more than enough, I would say. The Banelings. This is just a hoarding force. He's making more behind this. He's got Ultralisk on the way. And with only 5 Marauders here, you'd have to wonder, is there really a chance for Rogue? And GG is called for Kjør. GG is called. And yeah, Rogue playing that extremely well. Granting himself a victory there and doing it so with style. The Mutalisk, Zerglings and the Banelings all reigning supreme. Very cool stuff indeed. Very cool stuff indeed. So it is loud. I see. What's up, Zerg Troll? How you doing, my man? Should I go back to the other one for a moment until we get a adjusted sound for the for the new one? All right, 1 sec. I'm sorry, Sun Lily. It looks amazing, honestly. I really wanted to use it, but I think it's a little bit loud. Alright. Alright, game number 2 is on the way, guys. Remember that's the Meteorino as well if you wanna get that sorted. No, I mean the sound is good, it just needs to be lowered. You know. That's all. That's all. Yeah. Alright, game number 2. On the way. On the way. Love my casting, thanks man. I appreciate it. Actually, I got to do DreamHack recently. How about that? Crazy stuff. It was the D stream as well. I mean, there's nothing bigger than the D stream, am I right? I need more of these. Alright, I mean, I'm here quite often. Less price pool, more games. Oh, man. I mean, we'll have another stream on Saturday. We'll have a stream on Friday as well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Then I'll have a OSC stream on Saturday as well in the evening on my Trovo channel. Then we have a DreamHack stream on Sunday. So, yeah, there's some good stuff coming up, you know. I think there is something on Friday. I might be mistaken here, but I believe there might be. Usually there is anyway, so we'll just have to wait and see. Otherwise, I'll have to do something on my own Trovo channel, something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna try to get that sorted out as well. Get a little bit more on top of my own channel. Anyway, there's stuff happening here. Spawning in the middle of the map right now with 2 barracks and a Dream. He's the one and only Dragon, the Phoenix, the Gamer. He is Kjør, getting scattered right now by the ever so vigilant drones of Rogue every single time, man. This man goes for the drone scout. And it's absolutely marvelous to see. I mean, why the hell not? He's making himself impervious to this type of play that is just continuously just being utilized by Terrans, trying to get themselves a sneaky win, right? Also, don't forget, Rogue is up 1-0 right now. So, if he wins this one as well, that's going to be quite a bummer for Kjør, of course. Nice positioning on these racks, though. I mean, this just the overall positioning, the SCV right now, a little bit of RNG also working out in his favor, but yeah, the drones not going to be able to deny a single one of these barracks. That's a little bit unfortunate. sending out more SCVs as well. So we'll be able to you know, have a bit more of a buffer if he does try to make bunkers here. You do need bunkers. Like, if you don't get a bunker up as well with this, it's going to be so much more difficult to do. If there does, you know what, if there is a bunker in play, suddenly this just becomes, like, so much more lethal overall. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Game-ending damage usually ensues as soon as the bunker gets up. Oh my god, the creep spread there, not quite. It's like the, you know what, the creep of Rogue wants Cure to win here. And yeah, we can see Cure coming in for the committal here. He does not want that bunker to finish up, and I don't blame him at all whatsoever. Wants that queen to be here as well to provide a little bit of extra cover fire. And there we go. Okay, comes in right now. Needs the surround on this bunker to try and take it out. The drones there, a lot of them not quite working. Oh my dear lord, does get the kill on that bunker. And now the creep has spread enough, so there's no further real placement for a good bunker here. And that means, I think this is already the end of this attack right now. Even though he didn't kill the stuff. Oh, it gets the queen though. That's a big one as well. Committing with the Zerglings here without any drones. I'm not sure if I like that necessarily. Like, as soon as they get off the creep, that is so much stutter step potential, as we are seeing right now. Look at the amount of damage these 5 Marines are doing. That's pretty darn nuts. And now, yeah, I thought Rogue was on a marvelous path to start and win this, but then he just overcommitted a little bit. And now, as we can see, like, if he fights on the creep already, it's just so much easier for the Zerglings to kill off those Marines. Alright, so he wants to chase up until this moment in time, and now he wants to push backwards. That's not what he's doing, okay? He's trying to take a little bit of a juking tactic here. Oh, sends an Overlord out as well. No, Rogue. Okay, whew, that doesn't get... You know, that may be actually a smart thing, right? A little bit of a distraction force, kind of shouting like, hey, shoot me, leave my drones alone. But, yeah, I mean... Rogue here. Still 19 workers, to be fair, but behind this, we have Hellions on the way right now. We have Cure not slowing down at all whatsoever, and GG is called. Cure takes it. Even though Rogue, he looked pretty darn solid, and then overextending a little bit there, still chasing off the units of creep, and, well, getting shot down in the process, so... Was Rogue that far behind? Well, the thing was, right, he lost... I think 2 or 3 queens, something around that ballpark. He lost 6 drones. That's also a big deal. He lost most of his Zerglings, and then Hellions show up. I mean, it's not really nice to fight Hellions with just 1 queen and drones. You know, that's where the problem lies. Also, there was an armory on the way, so he was gonna have hellbats pretty soon. So I mean, Rogue didn't know about that, but it would have been even worse than what he actually did see. So he was very far behind at that moment in time. If he had, yeah, I really do think if he hadn't chased off of creep there as much as he did with the Zerglings, that would have been just a lot better overall. Let the Marines come in a little bit closer onto the creep. If they shoot the hatchery, that is fine, right? As they're trying to stay away from the creep range, or really the lethal creep range, then let them shoot the hatchery for a while. That's fine. You can just grab more Zerglings. You can grab your drones as well. Maybe get another queen out from the main base or something like that. You have a little bit of time, but ultimately, yeah, Rogue just letting it slip out of his hands. Very unfortunate as well, of course. Remember, he killed off 1 SCV, almost got the second one, but the second barracks did finish off. So that is just a little bit of an unlucky break. Definitely still had a potential to hold it, but his micro just wasn't as crisp as it was required to be. And that is, you know what, very, very hard to micro against anyway. You got to be so decisive. It's so hard to sometimes guess and estimate, like, all right, if I just go off of creep right now. Sometimes you do still straight up win, right? You get to surround... your Zerglings are already on top of the Marines, and then the stutter step micro just doesn't do that much anymore. But, yeah, wasn't the case here. Cure with absolute stellar stutter step, and doing a bang-up job there, taking out the Zerg player right here. Going into game number 3 already. We're shooting through these games right now at this pace. These guys want to go home. Well, they're probably already home. I don't know where they want to go right now, but they need to go somewhere. Anyway, in the bottom right side, we have ourselves the Jin Air Green Wings player. He is the one and only Rogue. Top left side of the field, that red Terran Magic is fighting for the Dragons, the Phenai, and the Gamers. He is Cure. Let's do a little bit of camera work on this man. There we go. Doing those shots of the command center and the hatchery always reminds me a little bit. I don't know why it's completely different, but it reminds me of that scene from Austin Powers where he's like making camera shots of the supermodels, and he's like, "Oh, you're gorgeous, baby, gorgeous," and you're just like looking at a command center instead. That intro wasn't near long enough. I'm sorry, Rushy. I'm sorry. It's just there's so much to talk about when it comes to Rogue and Cure. And like everything I have to say about these guys, I've already said a million times. I'll try harder next time. I'll try harder next time. Looking at that extractor finishing up. I mean, regular timings here all around. Again, looks like the pretty standard straight up TVZ. Nothing proxied so far. Wondering if we are going to see the Mutalisk play here once again from Rogue, or if he will go for that quicker third hatchery. I mean, it still makes me wonder, right? I'm very interested as well if we do get innovation to beat stats in the next upcoming match, and we get Rogue versus innovation in the finals. Will we once again see Rogue just going quicker for the third hatchery? And are we going to get a little bit of an inclination or insights as to... Well, it's going to come down to me anyway, but... Am I going to be able to decipher, or maybe one of you guys in the chat, are we going to be able to decipher why Rogue goes for the Spire against Cure and goes for the quick third command center against Innovation? Command center, Hatchery. Jeez Louise, I'm messing up every word right now. Zap, zap. Reaper that's not allowed to play in the Zergling playground. Of course, as much as he wants to. Make a castle out of creep. Creep castle. It's not allowed. Could you make it like a sand castle out of creep? That would be that would be something, wouldn't it? Huh. Alright, anyway. Layer attack, there it is again here. Look at that. Every single time. This man, he loves his Mutalisk. Especially against Cure. Maybe Cure's just not that great against Mutalisk. Or maybe that's how Rogue perceives it to be. I mean, in that game number 1, Cure definitely seeming to be a player that did definitely struggle, right? It just wasn't really in his repertoire to hold that off nicely. He was continuously just running around the base. He was being held inside of his 2-3 bases, and even in the moments where he kept damage from being dealt, he was just completely preoccupied with dealing with the Mutalisk and never was in a position where he had anything across the map really that was a threat at all, I would say. So I can't say I blame Rogue for doing this over and over again to his opponent right now, because it does seem to be a weakness in Cure's play. Cure did go for a very quick command center though, the third one right now. Maybe that is going to allow him to boost up his economy far enough that he will be able to just scoot on to a position where he has enough units to still make a push happen and still have enough units as well to just hold against Mutalisk in the early and mid game right now. But yeah, I still think it's going to be tough. I love that we're also seeing like double barracks straight off the bat before any type of a starport here from Cure. He is really looking to boost those marine numbers as much as possible, already anticipating the Mutalisk play here, I would say. Medevac's are nice and all, but also they are a little bit of an extra target ready to be sniped down by the Mutalisk. I Alright, that is an armory on the way as well. There's a couple of Hellions right now. These Zerglings actually doing quite a number on the SCVs. It's very, very interesting that Cure going for this quick third command center and then still gonna be this aggressive as well. Wanting to take advantage of Rogue not quite having those Mutalisk right now. Hellbats are ready on the field. Those Marines are supposed to kind of be the firepower against those against the Queens right now. There he goes, stimming forwards. The Mutalisk are almost ready, but the Mutalisk on their own will not be able to beat against this this amount of Marines. Even with those Zerglings coming in. Banelings, though, on the ramp right now. Want to get on top of the Marines. Not quite able to. Were a couple of stims forced, but the Mutalisk spread out right now. Not quite getting what they wanted to. And you know what? Still, it is enough with the extra stim being forced there. And then, it would have been a tight one. Only 5 workers killed here by Kieran. Yeah, I mean, he does have that third base now still, but that was a lot of stuff he just threw away. I thought he was going to try to be more defensive with the amount of just overall Marines he was building, but interesting. Also, is this a follow-up into a mech? He's still getting him. He got himself stim pack. He's getting combat shield still as well. So, is he going to go into straight up Thors? What's the plan here? Thor Marine, just mass anti-Mutalisk army. And okay, that's what it is. Fair enough. Let me think this through. Is this good? I don't know. Is this going to work? I'm not quite sure. We'll have to wait and see how this unfolds. He still doesn't have a starport, does he? Yeah, still no, still nothing here. Huh. Maybe the Marines are just here as a little bit of a buffer force, right? With the combat shield and the stim pack in order to take down the Mutalisk until his Thor numbers are actually high enough, right? Because if you only have a couple of Thors, that means that, you know what, you just get magic boxed and you're dead. Oh god, the Thor is stuck. Oh no. Oh no, it's still stuck. Oh, it's stuck twice. Oh no. Oh, the Sim City really failing here. Falling apart right now. Two of these add-ons absolutely used. Well, I guess as soon as this flies over, right, there should be an opening. I believe. I would hope so. As soon as these two fly over, we'll have to wait. Drilling Claws, Blue Flame, all on the way right now, and also grabbing himself the mech upgrade right here on the plating, the armor plating for the vehicles. He's moving across the map again here. Man, this guy is absolutely devoid of any fear at all. He's just running across right now, looking to get more creep kills, and I mean it's a pretty good timing actually. Rogue very low on his army supply overall. It looks like he has just ended up with a lot of drones right now, even though Cure with his 3 command centers still ahead of course here in the economy. But it's definitely interesting. Baneling speed is about to finish up just at the right time, so a little bit unfortunate there for Cure, but it looks like with this spread he should still survive for a little bit. Comes down to the control on those Mutalisk. If they bunch up too much, those Thors might still be able to get quite a good picking here, but yeah, right. Reasonable connections there, but not the best of best. And Cure now losing a lot of his army. I don't think he's going to die whatsoever, but he's still sending stuff across the map as well. This is starting to get interesting. Okay, the Overseer does get picked off. This army gets cleaned up as well, though. Still another Widowmine. Aye. Alright, unfortunate. Is this the end for Cure? Yeah, it's still in a good spot, right? He just took a bad trade or two. He might still be able to bring this around. Actually, let's look at the resources lost tab. It's kind of equal, and with Cure being in such a good position for so long, economically speaking, I think that is okay for him actually. We'll have to see if he just keeps losing units here. Of course, that's never a good thing. As most of you will know, a quick way to lose StarCraft 2. Just keep... Oh my god, friendly fire on those Widowmines there. the Cyclone Widowmine army against the Mutalisk. A very interesting play overall, but the Zerglings from Rogue, great control. No, sending small little packs of them out, trying to make life very difficult for these Widowmines. And the control of Q as well, as he needs to stay on top of the Cyclone micro, right? Has to keep moving them backwards, out of the range of the Zerglings, the Banelings, and the Mutalisk, and keep locking onto stuff as well, right? So as soon as something moves backwards, he needs to kind of chase it down again. But at the same time, he needs to unburrow, retarget those Widowmines. So that is a lot of micro potential here for Cure, but not quite being able to control it to the fullest degree possible here, which I'm not even sure if anybody's going to be able to do that in the first place, right? Maybe Bjorn on this best day, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, there we go again. A little bit of a tug of war here taking place. Army of Cure is still growing in size. 103 supply right now versus 80. Those Banelings, they are so volatile, and this is such a weird army for Cure. It is absolute glassiest of cannon that there is in StarCraft 2, I would say. Okay, the Widowmines again here. Yeah, nope, that's just not it. That's just not it. The Widowmine's just not getting the connections that I want to. Continuously going off on top of the on top of a couple of Zerglings, a couple of Banelings here and there. Rogue doing an absolute amazing job controlling those units that way, making sure I doesn't just lose everything against a couple of Widowmines. And I cannot tell you how many times I've had an army similar to this as Rogue walked into a fight where there were just like 4 or 5 Widowmines, and suddenly I only killed one Cyclone because the Widowmines just absolutely tore everything else apart. And you know what? Rogue making it look absolutely easy right now. Killing off 10 workers here. Cleaning house and Cure. It's a very cool strategy. It's an interesting one, but he's going to have to reconsider his army composition. And I like this better. Getting himself the Thors a little bit easier on the micro overall. And it's going to be easier then to focus more so on top of the Widowmine micro, which I think the most value should lie here. Thank you for the follow, Pank. Much appreciated. We're getting a lot of follows here, actually. I'll try to get to you guys in a little bit if this match slows down. Looks like Cure is memeing. I think Cure's just trying out a different kind of army composition against what he's playing against, right? Because, I mean, theoretically, the Widowmines, the Cyclones, they should definitely work against somebody that's going mass Mutalisk, but the control of Rogue has just been so on point that it's making it look silly as an attempt here. It's what I genuinely believe, but yeah. It's a bit of a Hail Mary, right? But if it works, if he gets the hits off that he needs to, this is gonna be fantastic. And he's gonna make Mutalisk look absolutely stupid to go for if this actually gets a good hit. But Rogue just 2 on top of his micro, 2 on top of everything that he's doing. Zap, 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 zap. Oh, still get something there. Alright, he's starting to get some value now, right? Things are falling a little bit apart here for Rogue. With the Thors now incorporated into this composition, he is a lot more beefy, right? So sending in a couple of Zerglings, a couple of Banelings won't necessarily mean he's gonna lose half his ground force anymore. He's got the Vikings as well, a little bit more micro potential against those Mutalisk. And I'm loving the Widowmine positioning so far. Let's take a look at where they are at. This is a lot of them. The Hellbats as well, of course, you know what, incorporated now because he has the Thors instead of the Cyclones. Doesn't have to micro as much backwards anymore, can just kind of spread out, but cleaning up the small packs of Zerglings a lot quicker. Here comes Rogue right now, coming in for the cleanup, but will it be enough? The Thors are still standing fairly strong. Oh my dear lord, there's only 2 of them remaining. There's 2 more on the way, though. 2 more Cyclones as well. This is starting to get together. Oh, the Mutalisk, they clump up here quite badly. And there we go. Cure managed to take it into his victory. And you know what? That is rather ridiculous still. But that was a fun one. That was quite an interesting one. I wasn't quite sure that was going to work out. But ultimately, I'm sure it wouldn't have worked out if he had stayed on the Cyclone tech mostly, right? But incorporating the Thors, incorporating maybe some the Vikings, right? Stuff like this. Very cool stuff. Going for the Hellbats instead of the Hellions as well, making it easier for him to kind of stay on top of the rest of the micro instead of just continuously having to be on top of the Battle Mech micro. It worked out, and well played there by Cure. It looked like he was memeing, but in the end, the memes take the dreams. And yeah, I think as soon... I mean, it's still a great opening from Rogue, but I think there has to be some sort of a different follow-up, right, afterwards. You need something to go into from the Ling Mutalisk play. Even though he is completely devoted to that type of composition, he is still lacking a little bit of punching power, or staying power, I should say, perhaps, against these Thors and against these Widowmines. Yeah, what unit that would be, that is a good question indeed. Maybe just... Maybe Infestus. Infestus could do okay against this, I suppose, because you don't have that much long range, right? You don't have Liberators, or you don't have the Siege Tanks, really, to target those down. So maybe if you just send in the Lynx first, set off some of the Widowmines at the front, then Infestus might be able to get some Neural Parasites, and your Mutalisk are going to do a whole boatload more damage overall, right? They'll get more value, but there has to be something here for Rogue to transition into, to counter this type of army composition, because that is just that was just a little bit disturbing what we got to see there. Right, Rogue right now on the... no, it's still on the 1 points, I'm sorry. 2 points on the board for his opponent instead. The Blue Zerg here in the bottom left side. One hell of a player, of course. Won multiple championships titles. He's blue, he's Zerg, double D. And he is from, well, he's not green right now. It's his team name. It is his team name, after all. But that's not quite it. It's not his color. It's just the name of his team, the Jin Air Green Wings. Sometimes when I see him, I think it should be the Jin Air Blue Wings, right? Because he loves the color blue, it would appear. But never seen him wear green, though. Anyway. What was I saying? Jin Air Green Wings. Is there something else? Am I forgetting something here? He's going for a hatchery. That's a good point. Anyway, he is Rogue. Top right side. Red. And a Terran player. You know what? The race that is doing okay right now still, right? Does, I mean, to be fair, not really another race that is not doing well right now, but... this race also doing pretty darn good right now in the hands of great players such as this player right here, but also of course Clem, TY, still as well, I suppose, Innovation. Anyway, let's just introduce this man. He's from the Dragons, he's from the Phoenix, he's from the Gamers, and all those things combined make of course the Dragon Phoenix Gamer. He is Cure, to Korean man of strength in StarCraft 2. Korean man strength. That's right. Some real Korean man strength here being showcased in StarCraft. Reaper coming across. Much better opening. I don't know if it was much better. Factory and a barracks. Standard, as the standard is. There we go. Now we have the dance to be watched. A little bit of the Reaper ballet. Alright. It's not gonna get that. Okay. For a moment I thought he might, but quick Spore Crawler thinking there from Rogue. Look at that. Look at that, by the way, guys. This is quite something to point out, right? A third base for Rogue. He's not going for the Mutalisk anymore. Interesting. Interesting. You might still go for them later on, but you might decide to go a little bit more heavily towards the Lings and Banelings here in this moment in time. Maybe that will mean that he's going to grab himself those upgrades a little bit quicker as well, which makes the transition into Ultralisk a lot more potent. Also a little bit quicker because he has that extra income, of course. So might be able to bring that into the field a little bit sooner. But at the same time, of course, that means that Kjør going to feel a little bit more comfortable grabbing himself that quick third command center here again as well. He already saw that third base, so he knows that he needs to go for something else. And this is pretty smart as well. I'm not quite sure if this was a response to what he saw, if he was already planning this, but going for the Banshee right now with the cloak. I mean, if you know that the Spire is not going to be here as quickly as normally, the Banshee's potential damage suddenly shoots up in the sky, right? So, very cool stuff here overall from Kjør, seeing him make these tiny adjustments here, mid-game and mid-series in a way. Trying to just take the initiative into his own hands. And he's doing a pretty bang-up good job right now. This is kind of one of those things where it shows the game of StarCraft 2 isn't just having nimble hands and having 200,000 APMs. It's in the mind as well, right? You need to think about your game. You need to set up straight. And man, I hope this bench is actually going to do something here. Otherwise, that statement is going to look absolutely ridiculous. There is a Spore Crawler here, but we know Kjør is, you know what, has the potential to still make something happen here. We're just going to have to wait for that one to try and come in here. The Hellions going to rotate on the bottom. It's always nice to show yourself at the top side and then moving towards the bottom to kind of show this. And then having, you know, this ensures the Queens are here. And gives you your Banshee more of a potential to deal damage at the top side. Waiting for that second Banshee as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Kjør... Actually, he moves backwards with the Hellions right now. Interesting. He still has 3 other Hellions here as well. Maybe he's a little bit frightful of the Ling run by, but... Yeah, this does mean that these Queens are a little bit more freed up, but they are going to start spreading the creep at the bottom. Potentially at the worst time at this moment in time. Kjør still, though, I mean, he is Kjør after all. Gets the 3 workers here. I won't get greedy either. It's going to go backwards. The Spire only now about to be finished up, right? And Kjør getting himself the +1/+1. And does appear to be bio this time as well. In case you were still wondering about that. Alright. Zap, zap. I mean, this is just the power of Kjør, isn't it? 10 workers just like that. There's Spore Crawlers everywhere. We have 7 Queens available in total, and here he is. There's 2 Spore Crawlers here. There's one. He's gonna get the other one as well. Just, you mark my words. He's gonna get one more kill. Come on, Kjør! Yes! Oh, man. This, this caster, he knows what he's talking about. Feels good. Feels good. Alright, Armory on the way as well. Ready for the +2/+2. Kjør here setting up shop rather quickly. Rogue's still in a comfortable worker number though, of course. He lost 13 of them. So that is it's a good amount, right? But he wasn't opening up with the Mutalisk. So yeah, did start with the 3 base. He does have himself a 4th base now as well. So it's not as bad as it could have been in that sense, but it's still him right now that needs to make a couple of moves here, I would say, to try and equalize this score. It is in the first place anyway, right? Because he is the one man that can equal up the score. If Kjør wins right now, it's going to be a 3-1 victory. Rogue usually one of the places that does need to warm up a little bit here. Has that occurred already here? Well, gonna have to hold our breath to see. I'm holding my breath to see. Is that the right way to say this? What is the right way to hold your breath? I don't think there is one necessarily. Except for underwater. Underwater StarCraft 2 watching. That shouldn't be a thing. Anyway. I don't know where my brain went. Let's see. The upgrades here for Rogue. He is a little bit behind, right? So any type of a push for Kyo hitting as soon as that +2/+2 finishes up should still be quite impactful. As well as right now, of course, if there is a fight. I don't think there will be with the +1/+1 versus the 0/0 right now for Rogue. But yeah, that +2/+2 finishing up here with, like, I mean, he's building 15 Marines at a time. He's going to have a really big force here. I don't see a 4th base just quite yet, so I would imagine he's going to start pushing around the time when these 2 upgrades are about to finish up. As Rogue is being rather greedy on this other side of the map, taking another base here, going up to 5 bases. It is the normal timing, I suppose, but he needs to be careful. This army for Kyo is rather dangerous. There's a lot of potential. Rogue can, of course, still go for just a massive counter-attack right now. Kyo attempting to get set up for that already, having a good amount of walling off here. Having Marines in his supply depot wall. But the Mutalisk, of course, they don't care about supply depot walls. They love supply depot walls. 5 siege tanks with well, too many Marines to count, unfortunately. That would be a very impressive caster trick. Cleaning up a little bit of creep. Probably wants to get rid of the creep on the high ground as well. There we go. So he doesn't get surrounded too quickly. Nice spread out so far. Could do a little bit more with this group, but looks to be okay with the outpost of Marines. Oh my dear lord, he might not have the time anymore. A massive surround right now. Has to pick up in the medevacs. Absolutely cleaned up as well as it can be right there. I don't think Rogue has to fully through here, but okay, you will, and there you go, GG. Okay, Rogue just stampeding over Kyo, close by enough to Kyo's base that Kyo was like, all right, well, never mind, I'm not going to be able to get anything done there anymore. Yeah, that was a little bit, right, trying to get rid of the creep, but then not quite spreading out his forces well enough, as the creep was still there. So that was pretty much a fight fully onto the creep. Him trying to retreat through the rocks, that is probably the worst thing you can do, as that will just clump up all your units. You will get a little bit of a, you know what, like an hourglass kind of thing, right? So everything is at here, and then it drips through the middle, so everything is just clumped up. Banelings roll in. You lose. You just snoozed. And that's how it should be called. Can't really do anything against Mutas. Well, we just saw what you can do against Mutalisk. Just go Thor, Widowmine, Cyclone, Viking, Marines with Stim Pack and Combat Shielding. You should be okay. Somehow you should be okay. But yeah, anyway guys, remember, there is a Metrorino page if you want to help us out a little bit there. There is a code. You can fill it out and you should be good. You should be done for supporting StarCraft again for at least today, at least for this one series right now. Maybe do a couple of quests as well if you're feeling extra generous. And that would be greatly appreciated to anyone who does that. Anybody who already has, much appreciated as well. By the way, thank you all for the follows as well. That is also very much appreciated. Hope you guys are having a good time. Ace Time 27, Myra, Pank, Pshniki, Facebooka, Jerry DWB. The link doesn't work, really? Oh, interesting. Let me see. We'll have to fix that. We will have to fix that. Nightbots. Thank you for telling me. I'll get on it right now. As quickly as the winds of The Winds of August. That's the Guns of August, isn't it? That's the saying. It's actually the title of a book, I believe. It's not really anything else. Let me see. Alright, Metrorino. Yeah, there it is. I found it. I found it. Blammo. There we go. There we go. Should work now. Let me double check that actually before I say it works. Why is this one called Inu is Crazy? What's that about? Interesting. Right, let me do it for the timer one as well, because the timer one also doesn't like me apparently. Blammo. Blammo. Okay, we got it all sorted. We have it all sorted, guys. Alright. Because he just sets up events willy-nilly last minute. Alright, alright. It worked. Thank you, Lizard Teats. Much appreciated. Thanks for letting me know as well. It should all be good and it should all be ready to rumble. My apologies, guys. Thank you anyway for trying it, and it'd be nice if you tried it again now that it actually does work. Alright, in the bottom left side we have ourselves a blue Zerg player fighting for the Jin Air Green Wing Arenos. He is a rogue. Jin Air Green Windigos. Is that? Alright, his opponent right here in the top right side really showcasing some pretty darn cool strategy right then. Game number 3. I'm secretly hoping that's what we're going to be having again on the menu right now, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I think it only works really against the circling Baneling Mutalisk army, but that's continuously what he's been playing against. Anyway, he's the Red Terran from the Dragon, the Phenai, and the Gamers. He is Cure. There's smoke breaks, yeah. Green wings. I don't know why. There's not a single bird that's green, is there? Well, maybe some parrots or parakeets. Huh. There probably are a couple of green birds. Just not in the Netherlands, so I don't know why you would pick those birds. The green angry bird's really the worst one as well, isn't it? So, I still don't understand. I still don't understand. What does it mean you wrap pack for up to 3 series? Shouldn't it be all 3 series? Or yes, yes, that's actually a thing that's still there. Green milk, semi-skimmed milk. I see, I see. That's a good one. That's what you get from green birds. It's green milk. That saying is wrong in so many ways. Oh. Alright, we've been looking at it, haven't mentioned it yet, but that thing is being built right now. We all know what that means. We all know what that means, and now it's being scouted out as well. That's very unfortunate. Alright, the Fusion Core about to finish up right now. Sometimes I wonder to just, you know, is it still worth it at this point in time? It did get scouted. I suppose it's still a very strong strategy, right? But I'm worried. I'm very much worried. And I mean, we've seen the quick spy attack so many times out of Rogue. It's... I don't know. I'm just very wary. But this time around, the lay attack is quite slow for Rogue here, so... You know what? Build orders working out for Cure this time around, I suppose, in that sense. Still doesn't mean that Rogue is in a bad position here, of course. Does have the Queen still available. Still has a good amount of Spore Crawlers right now. He's got the work account to work with as well. need to go deeper. Let's see. I'm not sure how we can bring this any deeper. Or if I want to know what deeper for this means. This topic. Mech follow-up here by Cure as well. Wouldn't it be cool if Dragon Phoenix Gaming beat like Green Wings at some point, and then they start calling themselves the Green Dragon Phoenix Gamers, or Dragon Phoenix Green Gamers? All right, the Battlecruiser here taking quite a lot of attention away from this fight right now, but you know what? Those Hellions, a very nice surround on those is occurring right now. Zergling's really doing a number on them. The Spire here getting caught out a little bit. We're not seeing any targeting happening on that one. The Spore Crawler being forced to jump right on top of the, towards the defense of that Spore Crawler. But 10 workers do go down here, tying up the overall worker count again on 60, which, you know what, is never a great thing if you are playing Zerg. And, you know, oh my dear Lord, Cure still not done quite yet. Getting more kills even further, upping the carnage right now. How many Lynx did he kill with those Hellions still? Only 26, but yeah, overall he's still ahead in the resources lost tab here, so hats off to Cure. Doing a good job so far in kind of slowing down the Zerg player right now, you know. Rogue, he's still in a pretty good spot, right? He's got those Mutalisk on the way. We know how much trouble Cure has been having trying to deal with the Mutalisk, but already being in a place where he's playing with the mech army here, you might have an easier time to start prepping for them, right? You might have an easier time to counter them, getting those Thors out, getting Widowmines out, and all happy Terran shebang when it comes to dealing with the Mutalisk. Another Battlecruiser. Did he lose the other Battlecruiser? No, okay, he did manage to jump out there. Saw this Mutalisk, gonna have me a little bit worried. Ooh, Yamato Cannon. Alright. Alright. Barracks seeing those Zerglings coming on by, already having those Hellions, of course, in position here. Oh, the Mutalisk catching the Battlecruiser. Yeah, a little bit slow with the recall there. It's a little bit overkill for Cyclones. I don't think they all locked onto the Zergling, but that would be funny, right? 4 Cyclones looking onto a single Zergling. Imagine if Cyclones worked like that. How bad would a Cyclone be if they could all lock onto the same target without your specific telling them to do that in particular? That would be horrible. Just once Zergling runs in and every single Cyclone goes off. They would not be made anymore. They would just not be useful. And there are the Widowmines now as well on the way. We haven't got those drilling upgrades yet, though. We love to see those getting started too, together with the rest of the mech units upgrades. But I suppose the factories do take the priority here. Come on, come on! I really hope he hasn't forgotten about it. That's another potential threat, of course, here. Cyclones and Widowmines with the Hellion support again here. A little bit reminiscent of game number 3 right now. Oh, actually Liberators also being added into the mix. And another barracks. Did he lose his barracks? No, it's still there. Interesting. Is he afraid he might lose his barracks to the Mutalisk flock here? I mean, that's a possibility. Yeah, he is actually. Wow. He's a psychic, isn't he? It's like he's stream cheating, but it's like, I don't know, reverse stream. He's like future cheating, something like that. I don't even know. I don't know how to call this. Some form of a cheat, I'm pretty sure, though. There's no way Oh, dear lord. Alright, the battle cruisers on the bottom side will be able to find out that there is indeed a base over here as well. Rogue so far just kind of set up with a very strong economy. He's got still a mid-tier army though, but that hive tech is now on the way. Two Mutalisks go down due to Yamatos, and he just zaps on out of there. Not the worst case for Rogue, of course, who is pretty darn loaded right now. Kyo in a fairly similar boat though. Of course, he has less bases, but he has the more cost-efficient army right now. So we're gonna have to wait and see if that's going to be panning out into his favor. And oh my dear lord, yep, that's right. You don't have drilling claws. Go get it, Kyo. What are you doing? I don't know why he's not getting it. He's still making widow mines as well. Like if he wasn't making a widow mine, sure, okay, fine. You don't need it then, I suppose, but you definitely need it right now. He's still not making it. I'm so confused why he wouldn't. I swear, if this game comes down to him just not making drilling claws, I'm never casting a Cure game again. No. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. That's just... Oh, my dear lord. I might just cry. That might be the easiest answer. A 100 workers. Yeah, 100 workers indeed, man. The bank of Rogue is just going up and up right now. He's making more Zerglings. He's getting himself the +2/+2. Adrenal glands as well. Did he already get +3 weapon attacks for the... no, it's just on +1 still. Right, so prioritizing the armor, actually. Could that be because of the splash damage of the Thors that he is anticipating? Or, well, I guess the Liberators as well. Still a good call for that one, too. Nice spread off there, using the one single Hellion to take out the Baneling. Just one man left behind, the motto of the entire human race. Still no drilling claws, by the way. Is he under the impression that he just doesn't need it? Mind-boggling. 4 command centers. He has the money for 4 command centers. He doesn't have the money for drilling claws, is what he's saying right now. Oh, we'll actually get on top of the SCVs here. I think that's fine, honestly. Oh, burrowing. Nice. Oh, there's a missile turret there. Can it see the rest of them? No, it cannot. Oh, these SCVs. Come on, Rogue. Focus. Nah, I didn't do it. Unlucky. Unlucky. I mean, he's busy with this probably right now. Also with this. A lot of stuff happening across the map right now. A lot of the... actually, only 2 widow mines there. Thought he was making a little bit of a minefield, but... You know what? A base for a base. More banelings rolling on through as well, though. And do get picked off eventually. Another chance. And another failure. It was only 5 works anyway, right? Probably waiting for a bigger target. Waiting for a bigger fish to fry. This is a weird one. This is one hell of a weird one. Still no Thors. Still no drilling claws. All the things I would assume he would need. Maybe he's just saying this map is too big for Thors. I can get behind that, but... I mean, then if the map is too big for Thors, wouldn't that mean you want to have quick, burrowing widow mines? Because that's going to be one of your main tickets out of this hellhole as well against the Mutaling Baneling composition. What kind of attack have we been seeing from Rogue so far? No Ultralisk, no Great Aspire, no Vipers, no Infestors, nothing. Just straight up Mutalisk, Lings, Banelings. And now some Corruptors as well, because of the Liberators. Oh, there we go. That's the... Oh my god, finally! Salvation to my enduring, continuous, just frustration. We have Thors on the way. The Servos, Drilling Claws, everything right now being upgraded. Also a Ultralisk Cavern. Finally, my prayers have been answered. More Banelings here. Oh my god, that planetary. Oh, great shot right there. Will not go down so easily. Oh, these Corruptors, though, they might have something to say about it still as well. No single weapons upgrade on these Liberators. That might be another one of the things that I would like to see here from Cure coming out pretty soon. Let's see. Okay, he does have the 2 armories, but yeah, these Liberators, if you upgrade their attack, I mean, AoE attack does benefit quite a bit as you're hitting all the units. The +1 becomes quite a lot more than just +1 damage, right? Does he still have Banelings here? No, he didn't. Alright, I missed him. I missed him now. It took too long, guys. I had given up hope. Alright, yeah, you know what? If you lose once, you get back up again. You just send 3 times the amount of Banelings that you need to clean up 1 planetary fortress. So, you know what? You can clean up at least 2 planetaries here. Alright, alright. That is... Jeez Louise, this is just a lot of damage. But the army of Cure is still here. Did lose 22 workers, but I don't think that's the biggest of deals anymore because he has 6 orbitals, right? Doesn't really care too much about them. 22 is still a lot, though. 8 Ultralisk on the way. How many Liberators do we still have? 0. They all died in that fight right there. Okay, so these Ultralisk actually a big brain move here. The Cyclones, funnily enough, though, really still the answer now against the Ultralisk then. And these Banelings just continuously rolling in with the big bank, providing a ton of Banelings right now. Banelings provided by the big bank of the Green Wings. As we have here on the left side trying to make a push. Rogues coming in through the middle. Still quite a potent force here. Those 4 Cyclones should be able to, with good proper micro, take out these Ultralisk. There we go. Okay, good lock on so far. Gonna take out the other one as well. Come on. Micro. Okay, well, I guess he's focused on the left side. And in the middle, more Banelings, more Ultralisk coming on through. Starting to get a little bit nasty right now. He still has it. He still has it. But, I mean, Rogue... He has been just making more and more bases. He doesn't have that big of a bank though, right? That's the thing definitely worth noting. Oh, this is going to be another base kill. Is it? It should be. Yeah, there we go. Nice positioning. Look at that. Great stuff right there from Cure. Really utilizing the Hellbats to the fullest degree. Got to get himself off that creep so he can actually micro against this Ultra. There we go. There we are. Alright, units lost tab. Man, that really tells the story, doesn't it? If Cure manages to keep denying these bases now, that should be a victory for him. If Rogue manages to just kind of solidify one of these bases, I feel like that should be a whole different story. Although, you know what? He already has quite a couple, doesn't he? Okay, let's see where he's running dry. He's run dry over here. He's run dry over there. Pretty much over here as well. This one too. Not that much remaining, right? So it's really, well, a little bit of this base in particular. Oh, nice burrow there, but I mean the Hellions long-range AoE damage still getting a good amount of those drones. Another base force as well here on the top left side again. The saviors are those Cyclones right now. As more and more Thors enter in the mix. Cure really showcasing a very, very tough mech play here against Rogue. Out for revenge after the first time we saw... Well, the last time we saw them here. There's still Zerglings burrowed right there under the Thor as well. I don't think he knows about them. But, this might be the moment in time where the Ultralisks are just getting too much value overall. And, I mean, Cure... If he loses this base again, where is he still mining from, you know? It's just... I don't think he's mining from pretty much anywhere. This base is about to mine out completely. These other 3 bases are mined out. It's just a 1-base economy almost. Well, 2-base. 2-base economy for Cure right now. With a man that's trying to produce out of how many? 8 factories, starports. At the same time, that's a rough one. GG is called. Yep, Rogue takes the series. And GG is called. Alright, GG overall. Well played there by Rogue. Will be our first competitor joining in with the final match. That is the best of 7 going on later today. Right after the next best of 5, which is innovation versus stats. And we're going to have to wait for those guys. And as soon as they are ready, we will take you into the game. Until then, guys, I'm going to quickly go onto a little bit of a commercial break. Remember the Match Arena page if you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, we'll see you in a little bit. And yeah, stick around for stats versus innovation. See you soon. See you soon.
You are kidding me. You are kidding me. This is crazy. This is about to get really wild here. Okay, the Dark Shrine is done. Where are those DT Warpins gonna happen? He's got the gas. 3 DTs coming in on the top side here. 3 DTs is more than enough. The moment these DTs strike, I mean, he's gotta know. Yeah, I mean, this is an all-in scenario for a laser. He will lose every single queen here on the backside. All of these transfuses just getting burnt. Okay, so Estrella's low, but he's not out of this just yet. Again, there's nothing to stop these DTs. The lair is only 50 or 75% done. He's able to.
Probably not, as this attack is knocking at the front door. He's gonna go ahead and drop here. Oh, is he in position, parting? Oh, just barely not in position.
Those Marines have stim. Come on, Inno. Oh my god, did you see that Widowmine connection?
Oh man,
Oh my god! Oh my god. 14 probes killed by 1 Widowmine. Oh my god. This is so disgusting.
A little bit scary right now. Not gonna lie. Alright, let's see. Into the main base we go. Oh, those are sentries in that war prism. Those are sentries in that war prism, boys. That is a great force field right there. And that could be even more so the end of Kure. He needs to either elevate or everything into the main base. There's a second sentry. Oh, my dear Lord Kure, you are being tormented here by the evil red Protoss called Patience. And there just doesn't seem to be any escape for you whatsoever, no matter how much you try. 13 more SCVs go down, and Patience making this look like he is playing against somebody from an entirely different league right now. Kure coming in, but there you go. GG being called. What are we watching? What are we watching, mate? Impressive how he's still being able to find some sort of damage right now. There we go. 2 more workers. Not bad. Gonna get another one. Yes, he is. 4 workers. 5 workers. That's 5 workers. 6 workers. Oh my dear lord. Guys, this may just start to snowball into Kure's favor all of a sudden. 7 workers. Just like that. By these Reapers. Yeah, even getting an 8th. Link speed, of course, still not done yet. 9 workers, 10 workers. What is happening here? 12 workers in total still go down here because of Kure's 3 Reaper adjustments. Oh, hello. I'm back. I didn't just spill milk everywhere. That didn't happen. What are you on about? What are you? You spilled milk everywhere. Crazy. Your mother spilled milk everywhere. Got him. Ah, got him. Wow. Alright, anyway. Anyway, what's up, guys? What's up? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, casting StarCraft 2, there's a lot of stuff that comes with it. honestly. It's, well, streaming overall. I'm not a rich guy. I'm not not from a rich family. And, well, we're doing the best we can. We're doing the best we can with whatever the hell we have. And, yeah, we're hoping that it's going to be okay. We're hoping it's going to be okay overall. We're going to be going into innovation versus stats. And, I tried something here. I'm wondering if it's going to help. If it doesn't, well, oh well. I've tried. And I'll keep trying to see if I can keep fixing things overall. Bit by bit, I'm getting smarter with using the overall streaming capabilities of my PC, and making the best possible solutions here. But anyway, until then, we'll just kind of, you know, here and there we'll have a little bit of a stutter, unfortunately. And yeah, I apologize. It really does suck. Honestly, that's just the best way to put it. Anyway, we're going into another game right now, of course, after this little moment of intermission. We have ourselves the map pool available. It's going to be Submarine, first and foremost. That is a map being picked by Innovation. Stats picking Death Aura. Game number 3 being picked by Innovation again, Ice and Chrome. Number 4, Ever Dream by Stats. And number 5, Eternal Empire, once again being picked by Innovation. So, quite a good amount of StarCraft 2 still coming up here, I would say. The minimal amount of games that we're still going to be having are, you know what, still 7 games. The most amount of games that we're going to be having is, what, 12 games. Look at that, I did do maths on stream, and I turned out to be okay. I did 3 plus 4, and I did 5 plus 7. Look at that, nuts. This is where I should dab, but I mean, I'll just just let it be there. I'll just stick with just the comments of it having to be there. Anyway, the game is starting. I'm trying to distract you guys again. There we are. Game number 1, Innovation versus Stats, coming up. TVP series. Let's see how Innovation is going to be dealing here with Stats, after all. We know he's very much capable still to deal with Zest. We've seen that occurring, and it's going to be interesting to see how he will deal against the completely different playstyles here, of course, from Stats, and how that's going to work out. He loves to do the 2-base timing attacks, but we'll go into that a little bit deeper later on. He's the Red Terran player. He is Kaisi Gaming's Innovation. Bottom right side, the blue Protoss fighting for the freaks. The Africans. The Africans freaks. He is Stats. Alright, so here's the deal. Here's the deal about the TVP matchup for Innovation. He loves to do those 2-base timing attacks, and they have been having a little bit of a rough time overall. It seems like a lot of players not quite sure how to make them work anymore, but Innovation's like, you know what, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. They still work perfectly fine. We did see him deviate from the path as well for a while, but suddenly he just started pumping them out again and making them work absolutely just almost as well as he did before. Before the shield battery buff, of course. I say buff, but the entire new ability to the shield. Oh my dear lord. This is not the Stats I know and love. What happens? Is this Prince? Is this Prince playing on Stats' account? Alright, anyway. I didn't know he was on the NA scene right now. Is this going to be Void Race? I swear, if this is going to be Void Race with shield batteries. Oh my dear lord, Stats. Oh, you cheeky little man. Oh no. Oh god, it's gonna be shield batteries as well. Oh, you're joking. Okay, well, I mean, it's really tough. Okay, well. It's a valid strategy. It's a valid strategy, guys. Don't you worry about it. It's not like, you know, Innovation is building Marauders with Concussive Shell right now. It's... right? This Reaper's doing something. Come on, come on, get more. We need more kills here. Because you're gonna lose a god-awful amount of stuff right now at home. Most likely. I mean, that Stargate was so incredibly quickly that... as quickly as you can get it. The Adept also went across the fields here, so I suppose the Marauders with the Concussive Shell are gonna help out against that, but... that's about it. That's about it. Alright, that is that Void Ray. More shield batteries right now being built. That is in full range of Innovation's sight. And he's like, oh. I don't know what he's talking about. I think that's a GG.
You are kidding me. You are kidding me. This is crazy. This is about to get really wild here. Okay,
Okay. Okay. He didn't even need the shield batteries. They were just there. It was like Christmas ornaments. Christmas ornaments looking pretty darn good. That, you know what, if you're about to die, they bring you back to life again. And he didn't even need them. He could have had another gateway. It could have had more Stalker Soul. Or Adepts pushing in with that push. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. I think that might be the end of Innovation's Marauder play in the early game. I really hope it will be, because I've seen this over, I think we've seen it in the GSL again. What was it? Which player did it? It was Tasia doing it again as well in the GSL against Creator or Zest. I think it worked out there okay. It did alright, but ultimately, I mean, you are quite susceptible to just a Void Ray flying in and killing everything. Oi, 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 oi. Alright, anyway. It's a best of 5. There we go. That was very, very unstats-like from this man right here. He's the Blue Protoss. He's from the Afrika Freaks. He is stats. Once again, making his gateway in his own base. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Alright, in the bottom right side, there's a red Terran player fighting for the Kaisi Gamers. He is Innovation. Well, feel like that might be a nasty one to encounter on the ladder as well. That was just one of those straight ups. Alright, there's this new unit that's really strong. Kind of, I'm just gonna keep spamming this builds right now to get easy SR kind of build. And I mean, if it works against Innovation, that's rather terrifying. Although, you know what, his opener was just absolutely just like, it was a broken rock already, right? It was just a pile of sand versus a piece of paper. That was just disturbingly bad. Isaac, you don't want to know. You don't ask the questions you don't want to know. I feel like you're gonna see right here as well how this is going to happen. Oh my god, are you... Alright, do you still need an explanation, Isaac? Do you still need an explanation here? I think you should be aware right now. Oh dear lord. This is starting to feel like PvP right now, this matchup with the proxy robo. Scout 18 just as Red Hat Thermal says, and pool SCVs. Might be a good one. Yeah, I think that might be a good one. I still gotta watch the U-thermal episode on this. Alright, there's the SCVs. Trying to take down the shield battery first, but there's an adept here now as well. Yeah, I mean, that Void Ray is coming out. There's nothing stopping that Void Ray. He's gonna lose a Marine as well. He needs the Cyclone right now, right here. And that is not going to be it. That is not going to be it. I feel like from now on, Terrans that go scout, they need to scout this place here beforehand. And then probably when they do, suddenly it's going to be over here or something. I mean, even if you do just shut down the command center, right? That on its own already incredible. It's going to get both of these supply depots. That's going to supply block innovation. Oi. 3 shield batteries just like that. Widowmine comes into play. Might buy a little bit of time here, as there's nothing to scout stealth. That's the second Void Ray. Oh, wait. The 3 Marines, though. No, never mind. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, that's a bummer, isn't it? A bummer and a half. The Cyclone is about to finish up. The final salvation here for innovation. Nice. Oh my dear lord. Oi. Well, you know Bob backwards is also Bob. Terran's just gonna have to open up double Rex now, or is that a I don't know. You need to 18 scout. Yeah, I mean, if he did scout that a lot earlier, right, he could have pulled SCVs, take down the pylon, and then the Void Ray doesn't really come in. This is rough. This is so strange for Stats, I think. Yeah, to see Stats doing this, I mean, either he's really afraid of innovation, which, you know, I can understand, or he just thinks this build is so easy, it's so broken, why not make use of it to just a couple of times? Because it is just so much more powerful than his regular straight-up macro play. I said broken, I just meant it's very strong. It's very strong, not broken, of course. Of course not. It's the perfect game overall. It's very... We just need to see some sort of a solution here. We just need it to be solved. You need to watch U-thermal's video? Alright. We'll need to watch U-thermal's video. I know he did make a video about this, so... You know what? Our Lord and Savior U-thermal. The smartest Dutchman in the universe. We'll have to wait and see. It's probably a good thing we're on ice and chrome right now, as this blue Protoss is going to have a long walk to get that Stargate across the map right here. There's a lot of places, though, to put it down. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, he's the blue Protoss from the Africa Freaks. He is the Stats. Top right side, the red Terran player. He is fighting for the Kaisi gamers. He is innovation. I swear, Stats. Don't, dear, oh, guys, doing it again. He's doing it again, guys. Who's gonna stop this man? Somebody go into his room right now, slap that keyboard out of his hands, saying, stop doing this. How dare you? Well, alright. Okay. Alright, so, alright. Innovation needs to scout right now, is what you're saying. I don't think he will. I don't think he has any idea how to solve this. I don't think he has a clue what to do against this. And it's showing. It's definitely showing. Thank you for the follow, everybody. Irendil69, G Panda 2018, Arc PH9222. No, wait, just 2293. Rayton Perez 1639. Ace Time 27. And I think there were a couple of people that I left out the previous time as well. Dark Marux, Chicks TV, Dr. Hector, Creep Tumor, TL Stay, Jeffrey 3, HDX Joker 72, Merch Hype. Oh, much appreciated, guys. Why is he making this? Alright, we'll keep an eye out on that one. Wait, it's a gateway! It's a gateway, guys! We're saved! It's... Ah! Oh my god. Okay. You're eating a cheesy pasta with chorizo sausage and some cheap wine. It feels like Innovation's having your pizza right now as well. You had some excess cheese and Innovation found it right here in this StarCraft 2 match. Oi, 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 oi. Twilight Council, is this going to be a Dark Shrine as well? I would imagine it will be. Building an engineering bay here. I don't think Stats is planning to do any type of expanding here whatsoever. A bunker on the way, and this is a smart one. I mean, Innovation is going to make everything... Actually, he's got the NG bay, but... If he finishes this would be great, actually. But he won't, because he's smart, and he's like, you know what? If I don't finish this, I'm going to be able to then... later on salvage it, right? Well, not salvage it, just cancel it and get my money back. And now, you know, just this thought on its own is going to be causing him to potentially lose this because he won't have missile turrets. What if in a panic he just like scoots on over to the map again, tries to complete that engineering bay to get his missile turrets up? That would be funny. That would be funny. Yeah, the Reaper here really desperately trying to figure out what is going on here. A great mind game overall from Stats right now, really showcasing why he is such a revered and overall just grand Brodos player. He's got himself the great tactics here. Making 2 proxies at the same time. It's going to have an easy access point for Dark Templar as well now, of course, this close by to the base overall. But yeah, Innovation second base very much delayed, which means in turn he only has a single scan right now available. And if he throws that into a mule at this moment in time, that's going to potentially already be GG. Although, you know what, he's going to have 1 scan more available, of course, as soon as this command center finishes up. Let's wait and see. Where did those DTs go? I'm sorry, were there not DTs being warped in? Am I crazy? Oh, there they are. Alright. Oh, he gets in with that one. Is he checking to see how much scan energy there is? Is that what he's doing? Is that actually what he's doing? Oh, spreading it out. Only 1 scan available. Innovation making a Raven and making missile turrets. It looks like he has spotted what is going on here. Perhaps seeing a shimmer. He's keeping the energy on this one as well, so I think he did figure it out just in the nick of time here. Or at least kept himself safe with that 1 extra scan still in the bank. Alright, so Innovation actually gonna stay alive here past the 5-minute mark for the first time in this series. Archon drop now, follow up. Right, so Stats, it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to be planning with all the gateways right here, making 5 more of them at this moment in time. He's got quite a potent force, of course, already assembled. He's got the Dark Shrine to make Archons with. And he's got Zealot Charge as well. We don't see any Forge or anything else for the late game, so I feel like we're just going to be seeing Stats making a grand play right now, going in for a big attack, but with the 2 siege tanks here and a marvelous sim city overall, it's going to be quite a difficult one to actually engage here, unless if you have 2 War Prisms, of course, and just come straight into the main base right now. Oh my dear lord, yep, that War Prism, you need 2 Cyclones to take both of those down. Getting right on top of the other turrets as well. Okay, interesting stuff so far. Takes out the Raven too. Big warp in there. The Zealots, of course, with the double War Prism. Oh my god, I pick up down that Archon pretty darn nice. Keeps it up and alive for a little while. Zealots on the front door as well, actually. Adapts, in fact. Innovation, he lost 11 workers in total. But he didn't go down, and this could be a big deal here, of course. Oh, that's not done yet. More Zealots being warped in. 8 of them, in fact, just barely making it out of there. But with that warp risen down, there's still a lot of the Zealots taking a lot of damage. GG is called. And stats goes down. He's copying creator's build from today, GSL. Was it the Void Ray build you're referring to? So yeah, Innovation finally taking one game right there in his favor. He's gonna have to do that 2 more times in a row right now. I'm wondering if we're gonna see Void Rays. I can imagine Stats right now just laughing with a big smile in his room, being like, "Oh, okay, maybe I do need to go for the Void Rays again." All right, all right. Innovation, though, we saw him really slowing down that second command center there in that game as well, really trying to get himself sorted for the Void Ray attack. So if he is going to just completely devote himself to cancelling that tactic in particular, it's going to be interesting to see what Stats is going to be doing, right? If it's still going to be working out as well, we don't know. We don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Anyway, regardless, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Whether Innovation will start to prep for it again or not. Whether it's actually going to work, that prep, or if Stats is just going to do something completely different here, right? It's all possible. It's all a potential thing that might occur. Stats and Innovation here. Game number 4 on the way. Match point for Stats. They're both using a crying emote right now at one another. It's an interesting statement there by Boomsus. Interesting. Are you okay, buddy? Are you okay? Hello, Grazzle. Grazzle. Hello. Hello. What's up? You're great? Nice. It's good to hear. It's good to hear. Alright. Game number 4. Match point still for Stats, of course. I don't know if you guys can see, but his actual thing here in the in-game thing as well, in the loading screen, it's actually a Void Ray right now. I feel like every single Protoss is using that one at the moment. It's the rise of the Void Ray. The Void Ray rises again. It's just a little bit of a funky unit, right? Because it serves... It's like an in-between unit overall, which I think it's a weird type of unit in a sense. Because if you look at a lot of the unit design in StarCraft 2, it's quite clear what their purpose is, right? Like, for example, we have a Ling, we have a Baneling, and then we have a Roach and a Hydra. All serving very different purposes in overall. And then you have Mutalisk and Corruptus, right? Again, very clear as what the difference of unit there is. Which is supposed to be used for what. And then we have, I don't know, Marines, Marauders, Siege. You know, very distinct things. The Void Ray is one of those units that is like, alright, well... so it kind of does what an Oracle does. It kind of does what a Phoenix does against, well, I guess armored units in the sky, but it's one of an overlapping kind of use for this unit, and right now it's being fully utilized by this man here in the bottom left side, the blue Protoss. Actually not going for a proxy this time around. The first time in this series, he's none other than Africa Freaks. Stats. Top right side, the red Terran player fighting for Kaisi Gaming. He is Innovation. Let's see how much he is again committing to defending, and well, he's back to his old self again. Oh wait, hold up guys, did I speak too soon? He did put down a Nexus though. He's not going to go for the one base this time around, but this could very well still be that Innovation asking if he's going forward building again, if he's proxying again. Don't. Don't live like that. Oh, okay. It's kind of funny. You should change your you should change your path. You're on a dark path right now, sir. Alright, 2 probes right there getting picked off by that Reaper. Already a small victory here for Innovation. But of course that Stargate is still looking pretty strong. The Reaper's gonna scout it. No! Okay, well that's a thing. That's a thing, isn't it? Alright, so still quite a distance there that had to be walked. Very unfortunate. He was on the pathing to find that, but will not be able to right now. And that means we have actually the Marines chasing off an Adept right now on the near the natural base. This Oracle gonna have free reign in the sky into that main base at the moment. Looking for a good amount of SCV kills. There we go. Already shutting down the production of the starports. Gonna get himself a good amount of damage done. Can fight against these Marines as well if he wants to. Zap, zap, zappity, zap, zap, zap. 5 kills, 6. No, make it 6. There we go. There's the big boy Oracle we all know and love. Right, yes, 6 worker kills right there by stats immediately with that Oracle. So wonderful stuff overall here as well. That's a lot better than getting only 2 kills here. Innovation. It's like, you know, he's seeing one of those science fairs where a kid is very happy about his volcano experiments, and then you go on to the next kid and he sees what the next kid has, and it's like a nuclear detonating, I don't know, some sort of a generator. Something good, sciencey, alright? Jeez, stop getting on my case. Alright, yeah, well, this is rough. I don't know why. I never had science fair in the Netherlands. I don't know why we don't do them, honestly. We have little experiment things, but not quite as good as in America. I suppose this is why we don't have scientists from the Netherlands. That is probably the case. A nuclear detonating generator. Stop getting on my case, Boom! Stop it! I know it doesn't make sense. The world doesn't make sense sometimes, especially in the world of science. Oh dear lord. Alright, I feel like Innovation is just slowly dying here. To the Oracles. Nuki Ular. That's right. Oof. Alright. Innovation here. He's in a rough spot. He's got a lot on his plate right now to deal with, especially with this army of Blinkstalkers right now as well approaching the Terran base. There's only a single siege tank available here in the natural base. It's going to be rather exposed as well in the low ground right now. Second siege tank still pretty far away from finishing. And with those Oracles containing the Marines near the other side of the map here, together with those Medavacs, These blink stocks should be able to get quite a lot done. A single marine seeing that third base now as well. The constructed stats will be able to just shut down this siege tank. Doesn't even blink on top of it, just blinks away the herd stalkers. Very nice control there. And the marines get pulled out. The oracles are not there anymore either. Okay, they are still available somewhere. Where did they go? Am I blind? Oh, there they are. They're above me. There it is. Alright. So I thought he was going to try to go in with the oracles as well, as these stocks are getting the attention towards the forward side of innovation space, but... Oh, charge lots on the way as well as Colossus. Colossus tack now. Getting constructed. Extended thermal lance, that is. Third base for innovation still seems like a long way off. So I mentioned before, he loves to do those 2-base timing attacks. He only has... Oh, okay, well, there we go. I wanted to say he only has the 3 barracks, so maybe this is going to be the time where he does that, but... As it turns out, this might exactly be the time that he does that, as it is the time that he does this. So, an enormous amount of SCVs being pulled. He doesn't want to show that, of course, immediately. He wants to keep them behind the Marines for now. Make that a surprise as he comes in here. Sees the status trap going to be put down. That's a big deal indeed. He knows he's going to have to scan here or set it off. There we go. Good job indeed. Sending another Marine here, trying to get rid of it. 2 Marines actually dying off there. May seem like a small thing, but ultimately every unit matters in these types of scenarios. Okay, in he comes again. There's a massive status wards, and this one actually hits the mark rather well. The second one doesn't quite make it as grand, but here we are. The one Colossus actually being saved by the shield battery there as well. And now this is rather upsetting. Little turn of events here for innovation, losing absolutely everything with those SCVs just kind of looking at the battlefields, not incapable of moving, incapable of really doing anything. Zealots even in a natural base, and that's it. GG is called. Stats takes game number 3 with the help of some massive oracle damage, and then just coming in with a couple of stalkers, taking down the siege tanks, and behind it having a good economy, a proper good economy. Everything going his way in that last moment there, and innovation. That's gotta sting. That's gotta sting. Losing to the Void Ray attack twice in a row right there. In the same manner, in the same way. And then ultimately, you know what? Gaining the upper hand in game number 3 there against, well, a Dark Templar, which is also a little bit of a gamble, I would say. But yeah, game number 3, just stats suddenly like, you know what? I'm gonna play straight up, and you probably won't expect it. Suddenly. Massive. Massive. Now the big one, the best of 7. Indeed, this will be... Oh my dear lord. It's Rogue, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Rogue. That was a close series. Huh. It ended on Ice and Chrome, I remember that. Chinna, Rogue. Let's see, what happens on Ice and Chrome? I mean, Rogue had a massive economy. Cure tried to go for mech. Rogue won that one. Rogue won that one, yeah. Alright, he is in the party now as well, so another little bit of a sign what happens. Alright, Rogue versus Stats is going to be taking place, a PvZ series here. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of strategies are going to be taking place here, I would say. As this is indeed, isn't this a little bit remarkable, guys? Isn't this a GSL Finals? Isn't this a rematch of the GSL Finals right here? Rogue versus Stats. Oh my dear lord. Oh my dear lord. It's also a best of 7. We're gonna see if Stats is gonna have what it takes in a best of 7 series against Rogue when they don't have as much time to prep for one another. So now, instead of just having all those mind games and Rogue being able to carefully plan out his steps, this is going to be one where he doesn't have that time, and suddenly it comes down to just raw grit, straight up play. And well, I mean, if he goes for the same mind games that he had prepped against Stats previously, Stats is going to be aware right now as what those things were, right? So he should have the upper hand in that sense, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. guys, we are gonna do the vetoes, and until these guys are done, I'm gonna send you all to a quick sponsor break. When you're back, we're gonna start it, of course. Or maybe I'm gonna talk a little bit, and then we're gonna start it. Anyway, you guys are much appreciated, especially for helping us out with the Matcherino stuff and such. That is always incredible how much support we get from you guys. Much appreciate every single one of you. That actually does help out. It helps us a ton. And you guys are amazing for doing this. Absolutely much appreciated. All right, so guys, see you in a little bit, as I'm going to be right back.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled event to bring you our newest sponsor, Strive. Strive beef biltong contains no added sugars, nitrates, or artificial preservatives. It's like jerky without the junk. Their beef snacks are all natural, high protein, and keto friendly. They offer unique flavors like spicy peri-peri, zesty garlic, and hatch green chili to satisfy your taste buds. Check out our event page for more information, or go to strive.com to learn more about their products. Offered in slabs, slices, and sticks for your snacking needs. Now back to the games.
Hello and welcome to Strive.com, where I'm about to show you how you can get started on your Strive biltong order. To begin, press the Buy Now selection to explore all the different varieties of biltong snacks, ranging from standard packs to biltong sticks, as well as mini sticks. Here I'm going to select the original sliced biltong and add it to my cart. When I'm done shopping, I just press the checkout button to begin the checkout process. I then enter my shipping information here, select my shipping option, and enter my payment method. If I happen to have a discount code, I enter it here and click apply. Once I am done, I click on the Pay Now button, and after that, I'm all set. I hope this video helped you in starting your next Strive purchase and fulfilling your snacking needs. Now, let's head back to the action.
Alright, we are in the lobby right now. We have got a map pool available as well to share with you. But it's going to take a couple of minutes before we really get this started. Not too many, just like 3 or 2. Anyway, that gives us a little bit of time to dissect this overall. The first map, right here. Let's see who actually picked this one. The first map was picked by Stats. That is going to be Isochrome. Isochrome, the first map right here. Isochrome, a very big map. One that becomes a little bit more difficult to get quick proxies and such to work, of course. Or a big early on attack overall. Long distance. So a long time to walk for your units, which means more time to prep. Second map. Being picked here by Rogue. He goes for Submarine. The Zerg actually going for the very small map here. Is this a sign that Rogue once again wants to take the opportunity, take the initiative, and bring home the bacon as early as possible here with some aggressive plays. Third map. Once again, being picked by Stats, of course. This goes back and forth, guys, so keep up here. Pillars of Gold being picked as the third map. A relatively big map, not the smallest one overall, but it's a pretty good map. It's a pretty good map, I would say. I love the map myself. Just the overall aesthetics of it are pretty cool. It's pretty big as well, but it doesn't feel too big, right? It's like kind of a little bit of an in-betweener, that one. Eternal Empire going to be picked there by Rogue. That is one of the bigger maps. It's a lot of places to use Nidus Worms there, so we'll have to wait and see if that is going to be... Actually, no, there's not that many. I forgot. Rickwist told me that this is actually a place where the Nidus Worms don't work out as well. Oh, anyway, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Fifth game, if we get there, of course. Everdream, going to be picked by Stats. Everdream as well, one of the bigger maps, a lot of big maps actually in the map pool right now. Death Aura being picked by Rogue, and finally Golden Wall. I suppose we don't really have a pick there. That's just kind of what we were left with. That is going to be yeah, Golden Wall. I remember actually Rogue winning ultimately on Golden Wall, right? That was the last game in the GSL finals, if I'm not mistaken. So that's interesting that he didn't go for that one. Definitely did work out. There's a lot of chatting going on between these two right now. I don't know if there's any Koreans in the chat. I mean, if you want to translate this, that's that's just too much. That's too much for you to translate, probably. These guys have got some history, of course, especially in a best of 7 series like this. This is just amazing to see overall, having these guys have a rematch right now and having so much fun with it as well. Very interested to just kind of get a glimpse behind what kind of mindset is they have right now. Is that's going to be the one that's cheesing here in the PvZ matchup as well? That's another question, right? That's another question. Who is playing right now? We have Stats versus Rogue going up in a best of 7, a full GSL finals rematch right here. And man, oh man, who could have known this was going to end up like this? Both Cure and Innovation being kicked out so far. And we're going to have to wait and see which one of these players will be able to take home first place this time around. Will it be once again Rogue, who seems to never lose very important finals? Or will it be Stats, who, you know what, tried oh so hard and everybody was kind of hoping he would do a little bit better in the GSL finals, but couldn't quite make it in an extremely close series anyway. I feel like the start is coming up pretty soon here, guys. Don't worry about it. Just a little bit of an intermission for the Korean stream here as we're waiting for them. Remember, if you haven't already, the Matcherino. That's all I wanted to say. There's the Matcherino. You can buy the replay pack as well, by the way, for the entire day. You'll get all the replays available. Send over to you if you want to figure out how to do those pesky Void Ray builds against Terrence and take out Innovation to as quickly as Stats did. Then that's a good call. It supports us. It supports these players most and foremost, which you know what, they need support. Honestly, we need support. They need support. We all need support. After all, as we're all fragile human beings. Man, oh man. I think we're going. I think Inu is asking if they're ready. Yeah, there we go. 3, 2, 1, and we'll start the countdown. COVID talk. That's right. That's a good point. We're all susceptible, in a way. Man, I hope it goes away. I hope it goes away so incredibly quickly. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good. But we're gonna have to wait and see. Maybe we're just gonna have to figure out how to deal with everybody continuously being sick at all the time, and just let it go through at that moment in time. Maybe then it's gonna go away. Who knows? Who knows? It's scary though. It's a scary thing, right? It's continuously just evolving and transforming into a different one. So yeah, even if you've had it already, the likelihood of getting it again is pretty big overall as well. Transmuting into a Zerg. That's right. That's right. COVID. Secretly. It's a little Zergling. Little tiny Zerglings. The Zergling rushing you. It's the good old 6-ball from back of the days. Right, here we are. We have arrived in the finals right here. Best of 7 between these bloody darn good, impressive players. In the bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Protoss once again facing off against the red Zerg right here. One of them from the Jinnat Green Wings, the other one from the Afrika Freaks, a rivalry that is going to go on for hopefully a lot of ages to come. Anyway, in the bottom left side, the Protoss, he is Stats. In the top right side, that Zerg, he is Rogue. Ooh. Chills. Nerd chills, guys. You know what? Seeing these two right now play against one another again here, I hope it's gonna be a good one. I sincerely hope that we're gonna see a big old macro games here. Usually not the case that much anymore in PvZ, but you never know. You never know. Maybe that's just kind of where we're gonna be forced into. I feel like if Stats plays it correctly, usually he is the player that favors the macro play anyway, right? Even, you know what, the previous series we just saw really didn't reflect all of that, but ultimately that is what he's known for. That's always kind of the strat where he rolls back into, right? Where he shows his true colors, trying to get into the late game, just trying to be the defensive player. The Mr. Miyagi Kung Fu. No, wait, Karate. It's Karate. That's his name, right? Miyagi? I don't know. I was watching the Karate Kid thing series on Netflix. Oh my god, that's a good one. My dear lord, I'm in love with that series right now. Miyagi. That's right. Miyagi. Yeah, it's amazing, dude. I'm in love with that one right now. I heard Grant liked it as well. And I saw the trailer. I loved the trailer. I thought about, you know what, this is something I might want to check out. I saw Grant was really digging it, and I was like, alright, well, this is enough for me. I'm gonna jump right on this boat. Try it out myself. Grant, you guys should know him, right? You guys should know him. He's pretty well known within the StarCraft community. Oh, Papa Mitch, thank you for the resub right now. 2 months in a row. Not sure if that is in a row, actually. It might just be 2 months. I have no idea how to check that. Anyway, 2 months. Thank you, Papa Mitch. Helping this out. Much appreciated. Anyway, Void Rays. Once again on the menu here. No Oracle, first and foremost. Just the Void Ray. I wonder if that's mostly here to deny some Overlords. So if he wants to get aggressive with that one as well. We do see more of the single Void Ray being built now and again right now. But actually going into multiple Void Rays here. I think there is a fall-off point, especially against Zerg. Where the Void Ray suddenly doesn't become as powerful anymore. Especially if they have the Spire ready to make Mutalisk or, you know what, a ton of Hydralisk. Just becomes a whole different ball game. All of a sudden, the equation of the power of the Void Ray gets dropped on its head. The Void Ray has a head, after all. I don't think it does, actually, but it must be breathing from somewhere, right? So, alright, anyway. Zerglings. Spore Crawlers and Queens. It's my jam. My jam here for Rogue. He went into straight up 3 bases so far. Right? Not seeing any type of massive attacking force being assembled just quite yet for neither of these players. Looks like Stats looking for that 3rd base as well. So both these players comfortable enough right now to allow Isenchrome to facilitate that big old macro play which is so well known for. And let it go the course, whichever it will go towards. Right, does get that creep tumor right there. Of course, does take it a little while. Void Rays do extra damage against armored. Unfortunately, the creep tumor now light armor, so doesn't count. Wait, is it light armor or is it just no armor, actually? Shouldn't it be no armor? Wouldn't that attack make more sense overall? Oh my god, there's... How many Void Rays? 4 Void Rays. Okay. You just kept building them. You get stopped right now, though, and I think this might be the ultimate fall-off point. This is enough Void Rays to actually take down Creep Tumors very quickly. You should be able to take out a Spore Crawler, too, without too much of a hassle. Yup, not even leaning up the entirety of the shields here. It's a lot of Banelings though being created right now. It looks like Rogue wants to take the initiative into his own hands. Will not sit around and be Void Rayed into oblivion. But there's so many sentries right now in that natural base. It looks like it's mostly here to try and deny that 3rd base. Looking at the bloody Adepts though. That's quite something else. Standing 3 Adepts right there in between all of the mineral fields. The Void Rays doing a number on the drones right here. Actually only getting a single one there. First worker kill of the game. And yeah, the sentries here should be enough to clean up the overall Zergling numbers. But this 3rd base is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Needs to get those Zerglings across as well. There we go. Getting the kill on those Adepts. Getting the cleanup on that 3rd base. But at the same time, the 4th base also for Rogue falling. Both these guys out for blood. This feels like a science experiment, almost. what would have happened in the GSL finals if there would have been Void Race with more speed. If Stats has gone for Void Race in the GSL finals, would he have still lost to Rogue in such a fashion? Huh. Let's wait and see. Cleaning up more creep. I think that Observer here, ready and ever so watching. Links across the map, of course. Still doing quite a... well, causing a bit of a stir here for Stats. Who is kind of stuck right now on this... needs to be careful. The Lynx might be able to just run right on in here in this moment in time. That's exactly what happens. Sends them into the main base. Gonna buy himself a lot of time. Doesn't commit with everything, which is something I very much like. Looks like Stats wasn't quite aware that this was happening. Either that or in a bit of a mismanagement. Immediately not going to have any mining anymore going on in his main base. And as that third base actually gets constructed, Rogue again jumping right on the opportunity. Takes it down. Forcing the cancel, I should say. But still, that is not around anymore. And this is Stats right now with potentially a little bit of a desperation move. Moving in here. Trying to get more damage out. He knows he needs to get it done. He still has a pretty potent force overall, but the Void Race, I mean, there's just too many queens for them to really reign supreme at the moment in time. Even the Spore Crawler's taking one down for free there. Well, I say free, but yeah, it's pretty nasty looking at this moment in time. More Banelings. Where are all these Banelings coming from? There's too many of them and too much Zerg. GG is called. Stats loses game number 1. In a, well, quite a
Hello and welcome to
decisive
Strive.com,
fashion.
where I'm about to show you how you...
Okay, there we go. It's gone. Ah, man, oh man. Yeah, Rogue. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Taking out the third base. And then being able to just contain Stats for such a long period of time. Ready to just hold the front door for an enormous amount of time. And I think this is coming down to, again, right, those 4 Void Rays. If you think about it, those 4 Void Rays, what did they really do that 2 Void Rays would not have been able to do as well at the same time? They killed some creep. They killed 1 drone. I guess they killed a 4th base. They killed a 4th base. But imagine if he hadn't gone for 4 Void Rays and he went for 2. And he made a quicker Colossus, right? That Colossus was very late. Wasn't there in time to save his third base. He would have saved his third base. He wouldn't have been contained as heavily. And maybe he wouldn't have had those links running into his main base either. Which means he may have been able to get more of a reinforcements into the fight that did take place there. But ultimately, this is what happened. This is what we ended up with. And we're going to have to wait and see if game number 2 is going to work out a little bit more favorable for Stats right now. I guess those Void Rays as well, they kind of maintain a sense of security for Stats as well against any type of roach attack. But, I don't know, Rogue does seem to me a little bit more of the Ling Baneling type of player. Alright, anyway. In the top left side, we have ourselves a red Zerg player fighting for the Jin Air, the Green Wingers. He is Rogue. A man with green wings, believe it or not. He could be in the circus, but instead he's playing StarCraft 2 here for our amusement. In the bottom right side, he is from the Afrika, and he's a little bit of a freaker swine. What way? We're not quite sure. But he is here anyway. He is the Blue Protoss. He is Stats. Whenever I see like these big series between an Afrika Freaks player and a Jin Air Green Wings player, I immediately jump back to my mind with the oh my god, the Team Liquid versus EG Gaming. Evil Geniuses. That's right, that's right. How did I forget that name there for a second? Even for a brief second. As the World War II of StarCraft 2, I would say. Everybody knows about it. Everybody in their families have gotten some stories about that event. Everybody was involved with it. The entire world was looking as what was gonna happen next. I think Jinek Greenwings and Freak of Freaks kind of showed that as well. If I could choose one person to cast with me, who would it be? It would be Lizard Teats for 20. Very much so. Every single time. Every single day. Tasteless? That would be fun. That would be fun, actually. Yeah, you changed my mind, Newton. It's gonna be tasteless. I don't think it's gonna be Lizard Teats anymore. Oh, I'm sorry, lizards. Oh. Anyway. I joke around, man. Honestly, I really enjoy casting with a lot of the ITaX people. Honestly, Canuck, Rushy, you know, Creighton, Grants. They also have been involved with ITaX as well. Great people. But then again, like, I haven't had a lot of opportunity to cast with a lot of the other high involved casters. I would love Maynard. I love Maynard's casting overall. I've taken a lot of notes and experience off of him. Other than that, Tasteless, Artosis. I mean, yeah, I honestly, I would be so incredibly pleased to just be able to cast with any of those already well-established casters. Any single one of them, not just the ones I just named. It's just, you know, you can't go wrong with a person that also enjoys the thing that you love that much as well. You know, that's kind of the thing. It's like putting two guys together at a party and then they both figure out that they both like football very much, or they both they're cheering for the same team, or they're both very involved with I don't know, motorsports or Formula 1, anything, right? And they just keep capable of continuously talking about it forever. That's StarCraft 2 as well for me, right? But then much more so in a good way, because it's what I enjoy. Alright, so that's it. Going for the surprise Adept Glaive attack here. It's not the most common opening anymore, right? I think a lot of the Protoss players overall have kind of moved away from this in a way. But it is still quite a potent thing, but still fresh on the mind of any Zerg. As we're seeing right now, Rogue is looking to be pretty darn ready for this, right? Has a good amount of queens, has an enormous amount of Zerglings. Let's see if he waits to show these Zerglings here to these Adepts. And yeah, okay, the Adepts do have the feeling that something is off. Don't finish that shade. That's a very important one not to finish. Let's wait and see. Maybe the War Prison will be able to open up a second front where Rogue is not as ready for just quite yet. But yeah, this straight up attack from the front most likely will not be able to get a lot of traction here with the amount of Roaches, Zerglings and Queens right now available. There goes the War Prison being scouted immediately though. Great positioning with those Overlords. Rogue on the ball right now. Yeah, Kalara is also a great, funny person. I mean, but yeah, Zombie Grub, Rotti, there's too many to name. There's too many to name, honestly. Wardy. Did I say Wardy? I don't know. Anyway, all of them. Every single one of them. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Benjamin Baker. Mr. Nathanius. Alright, well. Too many. Too many! What's her name? Alright. What's happening here? Blink play on the way behind this. Let's see what the status is of the game. Overall, I mean, pretty much nothing went down so far. Stats still did keep all of those adepts alive as well, right? Didn't lose a single thing. Killed off 5 Zerglings. That's not quite a lot, right? But he cleaned up a lot of creep. So maybe this is an opportunity for him here to still get something done with a secondary attack. He's got Immortals with him now. Sentries as well. This could prove quite a potent force. Actually, 3 Immortals right now. Will he move out with this? I think moving out with this is a good idea overall anyway. Or at least showcasing that you're coming out, right? Posturing that this could be a thing that's coming in. So you force more units from Rogue here. Don't allow him to get easily up to the 80 drone mark. That's really the ballpark where Zergs love to be, where they get very comfortable with their army size. They get very comfortable with the amount of units overall they can spend. And it just becomes one hell of a difficult fight at that moment in time. Instead, you know what we're seeing here, Rogue, he did commit to a lot of units. He's sticking onto the 66 workers as well. But Stats seems to be ready, right? He seems to be in a pretty good spot here to hold against this. He's got the Colossi, second Colossi on the way. Extended Thermal Lance about to finish up. And both of these players kind of at a stalemate right now, not really willing to commit into the other opponent's side of the map too much. Oh dear, oh dear. Bit out of position here perhaps. Oh, nice cancel on that gateway. Realizing that would not go up here. Getting outplayed a little bit. His stats as well are out positioned with the surround on the top. Stats mostly thinking, assuming it's going to be coming from the bottom. There we go, double. Little entendre here. Let's see how it pans out. This is a lot of Zerg right now committing to this fight. Colossus and the Immortals both here, still standing strong for now. Although a couple of his Immortal brothers... Actually, no, all the Immortals are still here. Looked like there was only one. I guess the other ones are hidden behind the Colossus. But yeah, this is okay for Stats. Cannot afford to keep pushing onwards, though. I think he needs to wait for his army to recuperate from these losses. Maybe just send the War Prism instead somewhere and then try to get, like, a Zealot run by as Rogue is still trying to push into the front door. Instead, you know what, Stats is moving in here, and you gotta wonder if this is the right call. This is quite a crucial moment in time. How many sentries does he even have with this army? Let me try to find out. I'm gonna... Only 3, and that's not a lot of energy on them either. I think he can have like 1/2 of a sentry wall. Ooh, and he's about to lose one. Another here. It's a good hold indeed, but behind this, of course, the Hive Tack is on the way. The Lurker Den as well. Stats is trying to just preoccupy Rogue right now in this moment in time. He is building another base behind this. He's getting stormed, so he is getting ready for the next part of this game. But ultimately, I mean, I'm bloody terrified every time I see a Protoss with his army just this far out on the fields with, well, a Zerg army that does seem quite capable of dealing with it. Okay, here we go. This is probably the best moment in time for Stats actually so far. His army looking very, very strong here, especially with those Archons tanking a lot of the damage. More Zealots being warped in as well. The Colossi raining strong as well from the backside. There is the rest of the army of Rogue. Now coming in from behind. A lot of Roaches here. Will jump right on top of the Colossi. Takes out one. Needs to take out both of these though. Is not going to be able to do it. And that might start to be the moment in time. Stats takes it. 1-to-1, tied up, just like that. Stats coming in for the kill. You know what, having me on my toes, having me be a little bit worried for him, but ultimately showing us all how it's done, showing us all how you actually slowly, carefully dissect the Zerg army bit by bit, and then find out exactly at which moment in time you are capable of dealing a definitive blow, and just doing that exact same thing there. Very, very well played there by Stats. Rogue, you gotta wonder, was he right to try and push out there? Did he need a couple more drones? I mean, he was still on about the 60, almost 70 worker counts. If he had a couple more, would that have worked out better? I don't know. I don't know. You have to wonder those types of things, right? The tiniest things in StarCraft 2 can make the biggest of differences sometimes. And, you know what? However, ultimately decisive it seemed from stats in the end, right? With that attack, being able to crush Rogue, there were a lot of things that made that series that game very, very close. Hey, just got here. I noticed it was Roach's Hydralisk, not Ling Bane Hydra. What's a good choice? The thing about going Hydra Ling Bane is that if you get force fields, you're done. You're donezo. And I think that's the biggest deal. You need to have the Ravagers to shoot down the force fields. Well, yeah. I mean, Colossi, they do deal bonus damage, of course, against most of that type of stuff. But ultimately, I mean, if you come in from multiple angles, the Colossi are standing literally on top of other units. If you get those connections going, that could still work out quite nicely. Becomes very difficult to spread out as a Protoss in that sense, because they're already literally standing on top of one another. But with the Baneling nerf, I'm not quite sure if that is the correct way to do things anymore. Especially because Colossus as well, of course, a big, beefy, armored man on very long stilts, shooting down. I don't know how he does it, but hot sauce out of his mouth with the strength of a fire hydrant. Anyway, on the bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Protoss player fighting for the Freak of Freaks. He is Stats. On that top right side, there is a red Zerg. Playing for the Jinner Green Wings, he is Rogue. You like more Hydralisk Roach since you use that in some games? And you're just lower level. Ah, I see, I see. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice composition overall. The Ravagers as well, really nice. A little bit of a unit to mix in there, right? Get yourself a bit more micro potential. The Zerglings and the Banelings, they're nice as well because they are a little bit easier to make them run around and get us around, right? Stop the Protoss from having as much micro potential as well. Oh my dear lord, this is a greedy man right here. A greedy, greedy man. The Wolf of Wall Street. The Rogue of Wall Street right here. Probe coming in. Looking for the scouts. Sees the spawning pool. He's like, alright, alright. Okay, okay. On the other side, Twilight Council once again coming into play here for stats. I mean, another thing we have to note, right, of course, stats went for the Adept Glaives that previous game. It didn't do anything, right? It did scarily little amounts of damage. He didn't really go for a straight up immediate follow-up attack. He just kind of let it go. He let it continue onwards, kept producing more tech, and then the units can, you know, that open up with that tech and played it out in that sense, without taking those losses, without taking the risks, and being able to take the game that way. So very well done there. Coca-Cola, I see, lizards. Always the Joker. Oh man. Oh dear. I don't think I do. My memory, my memory's pretty darn bad. I hope I do. Sure. Let's say I do. I've talked about some weird stuff on stream already, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was some about... Oh, right, yeah. I do remember now. I do remember now. Yeah, wasn't it with... I think it was with Sue, right? Oh, that was a funny day. That was a funny day. Team breakfast. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember now. I do remember now, actually. Alright. let's see. Spore Crawlers, Queens, and Overlords. That's the main composition for Rogue right now. Does he have what it takes for the Dark Templars? I think he does. Right, 2 Queens, Zerglings. You might lose a couple of Zerglings here, but yeah, it's fine. Scoot Skedaddle right back into that Warpism. It's gonna have to start making the Archons right now. Archons here still could be quite a potent force, right? We don't have the Roach Warren up yet, even, so just Link's not gonna be all that great. Link speed only now about to finish up, so that will be ready to start combating the Archons overall, but still. Oh, Papa Mitch donating 20 bucks right there. Thank you, my man. That's very much appreciated. The Alpha Axis, thank you. A little bit of a zapping going on right now. As we mentioned, Archons do pretty darn good against those Zerglings. Aww. No, thank you. No, I insist. Thank you. Oh, wow. Getting that creep tomb in there. The Queen accidentally standing on top of a creep tomb, huh? Looks like a little bit of Queen diarrhea in that sense because of it. It's not the prettiest sight. It's not the prettiest visual I've ever summoned to you guys' minds. Anyway, Overlords with a drop coming down as well. These couple of Zerglings, that could prove a little bit disturbing here for Stats' economy. Might want to warp in a DT or 2 to try and defend against this. Let's wait and see. 1 Link too many. Warprism still going strong as well here. Gaining value continuously. And this is what you need to do with these Warprisms. You're not allowed to sit still. You need to continuously make stuff happen with it. There's the... Actually warping in Stalkers right now. And targeting down a Pylon. Very interesting indeed. Rogue, not a fan of the Pylon show or something here. There must be some sort of a hatred for some sort of the Pylon. I don't know why that would occur, but hey. Don't ask me, ask Rogue. He probably never got invited onto the Pylon show, and that's why. Alright, anyway. 2 Archons and a Warprism. And this is quite a good army now coming across the field. Rogue, though, of course, with almost, well, actually more than double the supply right now. It's going to absolutely slap this down. He's moving out of position, though. This could work out in Stats' favor. Has a good chance with that Immortal DPS right here to shut down this hatchery very, very quickly and then just recall to his home base as soon as he sees that this is coming in. And that's exactly what he needs to do right now. There's no way you can win a base trade. Actually, Rogue moving backwards with a lot of his stuff right now. A recall would be even more beneficial. And there we go, not losing pretty much anything with that shield battery overcharge. Very well played there by Stats. Still has the Warprism here as well, potentially to start pushing and cleaning up that 4th base. That's a big deal right now. Rogue just stopping the drone production entirely. He's on 58 workers right now. He did restart that 4th base, but we're seeing a lot of army units on the production, a lot of Zerglings. I think he might be going for a little bit of a Hail Mary right here of himself. Let's see what he will be able to get done right now. Oh, it's looking pretty good here. Stats in a lot of trouble. The Colossi just barely being picked up in time. We need to see him microing his absolute heart out. The Biles landing pretty nicely as well. And oh dear lord. His 3rd base under a lot of pressure. That micro though on that Colossi really making his work happen. Can we have something else occur here for Stats? I mean, more and more units are marching across the map. GG is called. He cannot hold on. I mean, that was just too much work, I guess. 100 army supply versus 10 usually doesn't really work out in the favor for the Protoss. Although, you know what? I've seen Warprisms and shield batteries perform miracles before, so I never lose faith. I never lose faith. What's up, Sushi? Thank you for the resub, and you know what? Everything you do for AlphaX, Sushi, of course, the main man behind AlphaX, always doing quite a boatload of stuff and continuously supporting everyone. So much appreciated. Already subbed for 18 months. It's probably as long as this channel's been up. So, wow. Some depressing Deborahs right now in the chat. It's a lot of Protoss tears. I think there are things you can do to make it work. Of course, there's always things you can make it do. But depressing Deborah. Debbie Down is... I mean, it's okay, guys. It's okay. We already know Rogue is an absolute beast in finals. He loves to clean up stats in those finals in particular. I know it's a rematch. We want to see stats do well. He managed to take him down in that game number 2. It's not over yet, you know. It really isn't. It's just, you know, it's just 2-1 right now. That's the score. That's the score we're having. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens here. Oh my dear lord, look at that! Another sub coming in. Getcha with another sub, and Ezio Yuio. Thank you as well. I hope I said that anywhere near the amount that it was needed to be. Oh, actually, Getcha got a gifted sub right there from Papa Mitch. Nice. Thank you for that one. Boom. So that's as well. Thank you as well for the sub, man. Very much appreciated. A lot of stuff coming in. We actually have a hype train right now as well. That's pretty darn cool. Don't worry about the pronunciation. I mean, I never really do. I just hope that other people don't mind it as much either. And I try, right? I try. That's the most you can ask of me. You sub, but you're not sure it's showing. When did you sub, Lizards? You cheered. I don't know. Papa Mitch gifting another sub. Holy moly, Papa Mitch popping off right now in the chat. Mary popping in the chat. Thank you, my man. Thank you for all that support. That's amazing. Couple of follows as well. Anyway, Lizard Teats, thank you for the sub as well, my man. Don't want to leave you out, of course. You subbed like 2 minutes ago. Well, I mean... where is it? Where is it? I don't know what happened actually to it. That's crazy, man. But thank you anyway. Very much appreciated. If I find it here in the events channel, I can make it go off again, but I can't find it. So I don't know what happened with it. I can see your sub now, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. Hoping to all have you here again and have a good time overall. Guys, we're going to go into game number 4 here. Let's hope that our Protoss man here in the top left... the top left. Hear me, look at that. Making me look like an absolute fool. The top right is the blue Protoss from the Afrika Freaks. He is the one and only Stats. Hoping that he will turn this game around here, this series. Get himself a little bit of a favor again. He is playing against one of a immeasurable strength right now, a Red Zerg who's been on top of his game now again for a while. The one and only Gina Greenwings. He is Rogue. Oh, wow, there we go. Rogue. My pleasure. Please consider using your Prime here next month. Ah, thank you, my man. We put in a lot of efforts, and we hope to give you all a lot of overall fun and exciting StarCraft 2 action here. And you know, I should probably update the sub count as well. That probably would be a good idea, actually, as you guys are killing it right now with that one. There we go, 66 subs right here in a day. That's nuts. Usually doesn't happen. We all have 60 subs right now, and that's you know what, very, very proud number for us. Loving every single one of you. Right. Overlords flying across the map. Looking for, I don't know, some sort of anything Protoss related, of course. Stats going for the quick Nexus once more. Doesn't even go for the Scout this time around. Looks like he is trying to get as much of an advantage here as possible. Trying to just eke out any tiny little thing that can help him out. Genoa Salami, thank you as well for that sub, my man. Holy moly. You guys are kicking some serious ass right now. It's nuts, nuts. Thank you so much. Okay, so probes and drones. Here we go. Get back into the game. Headspace cleared out again with probes and drones. Just probes and drones. Okay. Stargates. All right, that's something. We have been seeing the Void Ray coming out of stats before here in the game number 2. It didn't quite work out for him, but I want to see the Void Rays again here, but maybe instead of 4, going for like 2. And then maybe trying to make it work that way, you know? Another thing worth noting, I would say, is that if he had, like, maybe a couple more adepts, maybe a sentry, right? Another thing actually worth considering, I mentioned that if he didn't make as many Void Rays, he'll have that Colossus out quicker. What if instead of getting that Colossus out quicker, he gets himself another sentry or 2? He gets himself a couple more adepts and stuff like this. And then he might be able to just hold off that third base attack, right? That Rogue was doing on him with all those Zerglings and the Banelings. At the same time, the Void Rays are going to be across the map and take out the 4th base. That may just be a potential way to kind of keep it a little bit more safe as you spend quite a bit of money into those Void Rays. But we'll have to wait and see. Pop-Up Mitch again. Just blasting off 340 bits right now. Another sub gifted. A community. And it got gifted to Snoopy. Oh my god. Really showcasing Snoopy here, not being subbed to the channel. One of the main administrators for Alpha X. Oh man, that's amazing. It's fine. Snoopy does so much for Alpha X overall. Like, I don't blame him at all. Whatever. If there are people to be excused, it's probably Snoopy, Sushi. Vitamin now as well. Our French Miguel. Alright. Adepts, Void Rays. How many Void Rays are we on right now? 2. So yeah, it is very similar. No Robo around the woodworks just quite yet, but that is also kind of what we were seeing the previous time, right? So the Void Rays here mainly to deny this creep. Stats can't pull this off. I'll change my mind about PvC being broken. Alright. You mean the entire series or just this one game? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Are you doubting him now? Are you doubting? He's going for the fleet beacon here. What more can you ask for? Going straight into Sky Toss here. Oh, saves the Void Ray as well. Nice job there by Stats. This is not going to be enough Zerglings right here to get the cancel on that 3rd base. There's a shield battery involved as well, so I think that should be a pretty safe 3rd base right now. 20 links are in production now. 28. Make that 28 right now. Maybe that is just for safety, but no, there's the Banelings as well now being constructed here. So again, a very similar way of trying to deal with this from Rogue. Already a difference in response, of course, being that we have those Void Rays. The carriers, though, again, a little bit of that later game investment right now from Stats. The Zerglings trying to get through the main door right now. The Void Rays need to talk down the Banelings. They're shooting a little bit of the Zerglings. Okay, they do okay here. The shield battery can, of course, focus on the Nexus as well. Void Rays, start shooting. What are you doing? You're shooting rocks. Oh my god. Shield battery overcharged. Will it be enough here? He saves it just barely. Oh my god, that was close. Oh, that was so close. Oh, oh my dear lord. Right, so he stays in this game right now. That was a big investment there for Rogue. He's looking for it. He wants to get this skill so badly. This might just turn into a bunch of Banelings, and then he might just roll straight into that Nexus. I don't know if that's going to be enough here, but it very well might. These Void Rays, oh my, how great would it be if they just go a little bit to the left right now? I don't think they will, though. They're just sitting here on a patrol. I don't really mind it that much. It's just in this particular moment in time. Those Banelings right now coming in at a very opportune timing as well. Those Void Rays weren't paying that much attention. And okay, nice response there by Stats, not taking any damage whatsoever. The carriers did reveal themselves there to the watchtower, so it is fully aware right now for Rogue that he is fighting against carriers. Seeing more of, sending more of those Zerglings across right now as well. Let's see how well these carriers will be doing against this amount of queens. Looks to be okay. Looks to be okay. Of course, he has +1 attack as well, which is really helping out right now. 2 Spore Crawlers here, though. Probably wants to try and avoid those. Cleaning up a lot of the queens right there. 5 queens just like that. Gone and dusted. Spy attack on the way right now for Rogue. Gonna try to set up those corrupted numbers as well here to take care of those carriers. I would love to see a couple more Void Rays as well being mixed into this batch of carriers right now, really to take care of that potential threat. Depths and a sentry right now, trying to stay safe. The Zerglings, they're feeling a little bit desperate right now, aren't they? Just trying to run back and forth between multiple targets. Sure, Stats is going to have to deal with it, but ultimately they're not getting much done. More lost overall resources for Rogue. Although, you know what, links, they are very, very cheap. It's like the French army of Napoleon. Just bragging about the amount of lives that he can throw away on a single day, on a single battlefield, and be absolutely fine the next day. Yeah, this base is looking like it will get cancelled. Forced cancel, forced cancel. Okay, whew, just in time. There are more links here as well. Still a good couple of adepts, though, with the sentry there. A literal couple of adepts. Man and female adepts. The link spam. The link spam is pretty crazy here. Yeah, indeed. I mean, it works out good against Skytos. I think he's just trying to keep Stats preoccupied, trying to buy himself time in order to get those Corruptors out. And he's doing a pretty bang-up job. Oh my god, the Banelings right here coming in for the probes. That's a lot of carnage. 13 of them. Is that more? No, okay, not more. Didn't have the +2 attack there to be involved as well. Also, again, thank you, Papa Mitch, for helping us out with that hype train. That was pretty darn awesome. Don't get those often, so when they do occur, you know what? It's it really is an event for us. Here come the Corruptors. A little bit surprised that they are going to be moving out this aggressively. The Mothership can just jump on top of that Nexus as well, make it invisible, and then the Corruptors are not going to be able to do much of anything in this moment in time, but... Alright, more Void Rays now as well being mixed in. +2 air weapons about to finish up here for Stats. He's going to have a very, very potent force here. The scary part, of course, still being that this army of Rogue, very nimble, very mobile, might be able to just jump back and forth from target to target. And if Stats needs to get more bases going, that's going to, of course, make it easier and easier for Rogue to find damage. But he's already lost 6 Corruptors here. 0 Void Rays, 0 carriers went down so far. This Nexus under a little bit of pressure, but looks like it will be okay once again. Just barely being saved. These Corruptors still, though, on an absolute warpath. Looking for more Nexus blood. The Void Rays are coming in. Overcharge does get pulled off immediately as well. Nothing really going on, but just continuous trying to attempt to disrupt Stats' play here on this side of the map as Rogue behind this, of course. I mean, he's not just doing this, guys. Behind this, he's still making bases. He's still increasing his economy. He's on 85 workers right now. He's getting Infestation Pit ready for the Hive Tech. He's looking pretty darn smooth right now. This is a lot of Corruptors as well. How many? 29 Corruptors just like that, casually strolling into the main base right now. As the army of stats is starting to have had enough. They're moving across the field right now. I mean, this is a pretty smart move. Those Corruptors, I mean, sure, you need to deal with them. But ultimately, how much can they really do, right? They might be able to get Corrosive Bile, one on each building. It's going to take a long time to kill everything, but that's the real threat there. And it's not really the biggest of threats on its own. Anyway, here we go. That's a lot of Spore Crawlers. Where are the Corruptors? Okay, they are coming in here as well. Let's wait and see if Stats has enough. He doesn't have Storm, though, or Archons. That's a big deal with this army. Think about the immense amount of damage right now he would be doing against these Void Rays. He's already doing pretty darn good here. But that is against... Well, he's also fighting above these Spore Crawlers right now. Is this going to be enough for Rogue? I would say it should be, right? It definitely should be. It's starting to look like it is. And I don't mind that he actually did lose this fight here. Stats did, because that was just a choppy fight a little bit. Not really having any type of punishing factor to try and deny those Corruptors to just be able to stack up like that. And then also fighting above those Spore Crawlers. I mean, look at this. No Spore Crawlers here. No Spore Crawlers here. There's 8 Spore Crawlers here. And he chose to fight there. Right now, wisening up, going around the other side here. Finding a base that doesn't have any Spore Crawlers. But is it too little? Is it too late? Of course, already having all 6 carriers here. 6 Void Rays as well. That's a nasty one. We're seeing 8 more Corruptors on the production. You may want to carefully consider if he will or will not decide to make a recall happen here. Or if he is going to try to attempt to get more damage done and dealt here. In this situation, the Queens are moving together with the Spore Crawlers right now, targeting them down before they do manage to get settled into the ground. They get a good amount of them right there, but still a very, very scary force, of course, those Corruptors and the Queens together. Alright, careful, careful. Doesn't want to lose the mothership, of course. Okay, does lose it. Not the biggest DPS output, though, from this army. Might still be okay. The overcharge taking place and actually Rogue jumping on top of the Void Race instead of running away in this moment. Will he have enough regardless? Yes, he will. GG is called, and Stats there, unfortunately, not quite being able to make the win happen. I think he had a really good shot to win that one, honestly. I swear to you, that felt like a winnable game to me. But he didn't quite get to do enough. Don't harass. Yeah, I think that's a big deal with it as well, right? Just get a couple of Zealots sometimes just running across the fields. Force Rogue to deal with that, and suddenly you don't have as many Zerglings just running around. If he had Storm available, if he had Archons together with that army as well. Imagine Archons against Zergling Corruptor army, right? I mean, it's a valiant effort there by Stats, but ultimately he didn't quite have enough. The resources collection rate as well, just skyrocketing in Rogue's favor right there in that game, as Rogue was just capable of forcing Stats to stay on these smaller amount of bases, the mining continuously being interrupted, and Rogue just doing a marvelous job with that one. Anyway, we're moving on through right here. 3 games did go into Rogue's favor. Only 1 point away from a victory. Stats has 1 tall mountain to climb. Will he be able to get another game into his favor? Or is Rogue once again going to be proving how absolutely dominating he is in final series right here? We'll have to wait and see. It's getting tense. It's getting rather tense. He was pressured with Lings and Banes the entire game. What do you want him to do? Archons. Archons. It seems like an easy... Maybe it's easier said than done, always. That's always it. But I honestly think that was a big piece of the puzzle missing. Like, Void Race, Carriers, they're amazing units, don't get me wrong. Yes, they trade out well against Zerglings, but they're slow. And they don't deal well with Zerglings on their own, right? If you have like a small clump of carriers and Void Rays, like just a couple of them, they also are very susceptible to the Corruptors. And yeah, I don't know. Oh well, anyway. In the top right side, we have ourselves a blue Protoss player. He's fighting for the Afrika Freaks. Give it up for Stats. On his last leg right now, needs to win 3 games in a row. Will he be able to make it a series here? Or is this man just gonna once again run away with the entire thing? The red Zerg in the bottom left side. He is the Jinna Green Winger. He is Rogue. Oh boy. Oh boy. Some sad people in the chat right now. Man, you guys are even bumming me out right now. It's actual bum out season. The bummed out berries. Very quick third base here, once again for Rogue. Nexus as well, nice and early in the production tab. Will Stats get the scout on this third base as quickly as he would like to? Another Stargate opening here for Stats as well. Yes, I do know. I do know, Isaac. I mean, it's why Protoss has been getting buffs for quite a while now, to be fair. Zest also, like, he is coming back. He is definitely making a comeback. He is a very strong Protoss, and I've been seeing making him some new waves again in the PvZ matchup overall. He's really good at it as well. And let me think. Estrella, of course. I mean, I bloody love Estrella's overall PvZ tactics. It's just showcasing an entirely different way of playing it. It's a lot more reminiscent of TVZ in a sense, playing it like you're a Terran player in a way. Continuously trying to apply pressure, deny creep, and then sometimes coming in with a big push on certain bases. Trying to deny bases more so, and keeping the fight on the Zerg side of the fields. It is definitely possible, it's just not really the playstyle that a lot of Protoss go for. But yeah. Alright. So Void Ray into the Adapt Glaive right here. Interesting strategy from Stats. Trying to do a little bit of mind gaming here. Trying to catch Rogue off guard with this strategy. Lay attack on the way already for Rogue. I mean, he is building a couple of Zerglings here. He's gonna have a rough time overall getting the scout here. And Stats doing a good job at making this look exactly like it was in the... This is interesting, isn't it? I don't know how this happens sometimes, but sometimes I just find a new button that's like, oh wait, you can do this? You can put the production tab right over there. What if I put it on the units tab? Oh, this is interesting. Alright, anyway. Circlings here, trying to battle it out against these adepts, and now suddenly finding a lot of these adepts shading on forwards, coming on in. Right here we have, of course, no Warp Prism to accompany them just quite yet, as most of the money went into the Stargate here. The third base, a bit of a sham, doesn't really need it right now. He's still producing it though. These adepts are coming closer and closer. It's a boatload of Zerglings, but is it going to be enough here? Definitely not going to be enough in the main base. Is that Shade gonna finish? Yes, it is. Gets himself in a solid key position right now. Wants to start shading pretty soon again here. There he goes, immediately on cue. Alright, getting a lot of those Zerglings killed off, denying mining entirely in the third base. Coming in the natural. 6 worker kills so far already taken place. Let's see if we can get more done and dealt with right now with something else here as a follow-up. No, okay, well, I mean, there's still 3 here. I think that's a pretty good one, honestly. 53 works versus 49 right now. I killed 6. How many adepts did he lose? He lost 8. He killed off 37 Zerglings though, so I'd say that's a pretty good one. I'd say that's definitely a good one. It's going to be able to deal with the Zergling attacks as well. Perhaps a little bit better that we were seeing a lot happening previously with the glaives already being available for those adepts. So definitely a certain way to try and deal with these continuous Zergling attacks from Rogue. Let's wait and see if this is going to be helping out. I mean, yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Didn't leave anything behind. How is this a slow warp? Okay, there we go. He's not losing workers just yet. Only lost a single worker there. So nice little movement from the adepts. Not allowing those Zerglings to do pretty much any damage whatsoever. There are Phoenixes and Archons here against those Mutalisks. This could very well be a very potent attack right now. Even with this Warp Prism here, of course. It's going to be a tough one to break down. 2 more High Templar for another Archon being warped in. Those Mutalisks are coming in. Trying to get involved here. This is one hell of a play so far from Stats, actually making those Phoenixes and the Archons right now for this attack, as the Mutalisk attack just now got involved. And look at that. I think this may be turning into Stats' favor. He does lose the Warp Prism. He's not microing his Phoenixes, but it still doesn't matter. It still doesn't matter. GG is called. Stats takes game number 4. Makes it once again a little bit closer. A 3-2 score right now, and that means he's just 2 games away here for victory. Well played indeed. That was quite a cool attack. I wasn't quite expecting it anymore, but suddenly to just come out, right, making use of the Stargate that he started off with, and then coming in with the High Templar Archons as well, together with the Warp Prism, and suddenly that was a marvelous little strategy that managed to catch both Rogue and me off guard. So well played by him. Good push, and let's see if he will be able to get something else going into his favor here once more in the game number 5. I mean, Rogue and Stats, they're both giving it their all here, I feel like. Stats, I can feel his overall tournament right now is still going down in the GSL finals to this man in such a fashion, of course. Doesn't want to go down again here. We'll have to wait and see if he will be able to redeem himself fully, but already getting 2 games like that off of Rogue, I think that is already pretty darn impressive indeed, especially with the way Rogue has been playing lately. But we'll have to wait and see. Maybe he's going to be able to take another game here, guys. Maybe he is. I really hope so. Just to kind of calm the chat down right now. A lot of Stats fans. USA, USA, that's right. That's right. Alright. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we are. Showed you guys the chat there for a second. Dude, PvC late game is never favoring Protoss. Actually, the late game is favoring Protoss right now, as long as they get their equally, but getting there... is a big problem in an equal setting, because the Zerg, they have this mechanic, they can just drone up like crazy, so there's a lot of pressures from Protoss to try and deny them that opportunity. Also the mid game, but oh well. I honestly do believe that Protoss late game PvC, if they get that equally, they are in a very, very good spot to take it. I mean, as long as they have Storm, as long as they have like Archons, Void Rays, Carriers, this type of stuff, maybe even Disruptors, have some pretty darn good stuff right there. I know the Zergs, right? They have very good spellcasters. They have the Infestors. They have Vipers, right? So they can just yoink units. But if you feed back the yoink units, then that won't work anymore. We did have a buff to the High Templar as well to help out with that. And that also helps against the Infestors. I don't know. Make it unharpoonable. Yeah, well. It's okay, guys. It's okay. The thing is, right, we're not going to be able to fix anything that we see is wrong. Even, you know what? We don't know if it is correct. We don't know if it is wrong, meta-wise. We're not going to be able to fix it, really, in this chat right now, anyway. I know there is a possibility that Stats can take games. And I know there's a possibility that Rogue can take games right now. And that's good enough for me. No way. Banelings run by Lurker, a Forest of Spine and Spores. I mean, you can get a Forest of Cannons and Shield Batteries as well, though, can't you? I mean, you can do run-bys with Zealots. You can do, like, a big DT blink right on top of a hatchery that instantly gets vaporized. Like, I don't know. I think it's a pointless discussion, guys. I'm not gonna go into it anymore. Alright. Anyway, did I introduce these guys? I don't think I did. Rogue. There you go. That's Rogue. This is Stats. Hello, Stats. What's up, my man? Nice. These guys play StarCraft 2. Professionally. And, they're doing alright. Also, Wisconsin Knight. Wisconsin Knight. Thank you for the follow. I mean, it's a sub. It's a bloody sub, Kozen. Come on, my man. Stay focused here. I'm all over the place right now. Third base on the way. Again, a Stargate opening here for Stats. I'm loving these Stargates openings again. We need more milk to... Alright. Oh, I got it right here in front of me, but... I mean, I'm talking about the game. Oh, Nelly. Oh, come to mama, those Zerglings are saying. We'll be able to get... Well, only just one of them. Okay, well, that's disappointing. Oh, poor Adept. He's like, I escaped! And it's like, oh, wait. These guys can fight too. Alright, Zappy. If only there was a way to deal with Queen Energy. If only there was a way for Zergs to, like, I don't know, feedback shield batteries. I think the quickest way to change somebody's mind about a game being imbalanced is just letting them play the other race. It's usually how I deal with whenever I feel a little bit frustrated about just the overall sense of things. I just start playing the race I think is broken, and then I'm like, well, all right, this sucks. Apparently I suck. This is ah well. Ah well. Skadoop, skedaddle. I'm bad at the game. Pew 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 pew. What race do I play? I've played all the races. Started as Protoss, then I played Terran, then I played Zerg, then I played Terran. And now recently I switched back to Zerg again. You know, it's a bad moment in time for me to, you know, say that I play Zerg. As I'm trying to defend the... Oh dear. I don't know, I just like StarCraft, man. I just like StarCraft. I'm a hybrid, that's all. That's right, I am a hybrid. You're right, call me X-Ray, that's right. Alright, Rogue here, once again, coming in with a lot of these Zerglings. The Oracles should be able to handle this, right, I would say. There's a War Prism as well with an Immortal. Oh yeah, this should be done and dealt with pretty nicely. Force Fields not catching any of those Zerglings, unfortunately. A second chance here. Again, doesn't quite go for it. Maybe he just feels like Rogue is trying to attempt to lure out those Force Fields, which is a solid thing, of course. That could be the case. I mean, it doesn't feel like Rogue is trying to do anything else but bait Force Fields here, but still, this is a big pack of Zerglings that, I don't know. Here and there were a couple of opportunities, I feel like, where he could have done those Force Fields. Yeah, Rogue staying on the ball here. Will be able to just send in those Zerglings right now. The Oracles are still here, but this is only 2 Oracles. Alright. Shield batteries there as well, though. Difficult position for him to push into. He's gonna get harassed pretty heavily here by a Gateway Force and a single Immortal right now from Stats. Does Stats have Blink? No, he's just gonna go for the charge upgrade here. +1 as well. And the High Templar Archives on the way. He's so close to getting this hatchery, but it looks like he's gonna go for the well, for the victory straight up. Will he still be able to get this hatchery? He didn't focus it down, and this may come to cost him here. He's like, I want to win this game right here, right now. He's gonna lose the War Prism. That's gonna get targeted down. Alright, he's still doing okay though. This army might actually start winning out right now. Ooh, needs to dodge the bios, needs to stay on his toes, but oh no, the reinforcing roaches coming in and saving the day right there. Stats is gonna have to be kicking himself for not finishing off that hatchery right here, and then just using the force fields and just, you know what, recalling away. That would have been the perfect play right there. Save most of his army, get the kill on that base, force Rogue suddenly in a position where he spammed out so many roaches, so many Zerglings, that he has to go for a counter-offensive on Stats, his side of the field. And instead, right now, he lost his army, he didn't kill the hatchery, and he is just gonna get pummeled right now by these roaches and the Ravagers. My dear lord, this is not looking all that pretty for Stats, and well, that is a rough one. Think we may have arrived. There it is, GG being called, and Rogue still takes it. Ultimately, I mean, a little bit rough there. Stats, I swear to you, if he had targeted down that hatchery, used his force fields to buy time, and then just recall the heck out of that location, I think that would have been a great play, grandiose, and put himself in a great spot. Unfortunately, you know what, getting a little bit of a lackman's, well, you know what, just a call that he made, right? Judgment lapse, and he thought, you know what, I can win the fight straight up here. I can beat the army, and then I can get the hatchery. That's a great way to deal with this. And unfortunately, it just didn't quite seem to work out that way. Alright. Guys, thank you all for dropping by. Thank you all for checking out the stream. I hope you guys had some fun overall. I know some of you, you know what, are just I'm a Stats fan too. I think Stats is amazing. I would have loved him to win here. Unfortunately, you know what, Rogue just taking the games once again. And unfortunately, that was not the case for us Stats fans, but Rogue showcasing once again that he is an absolute beast at this game. Guys, alright, have a good one. Talk to you later. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Nuclear.
Really should change the name here before I actually put it up. It's not innovation, is it? It's innovation, bro. There we go. How do we do this? Right over their faces.